Field are tonight's umpires as assigned by the West Coast League. At home plate tonight, number 23, Vinny Mariani. And on the bases tonight, number 45, Nick Hudlow. Black Bears fans, please be on the lookout for foul balls and may leave the playing field at any time. We remind you to pay attention while you enjoy your time at David Story Field. And just a reminder, tonight is also Fan Food Wednesday. Make sure you download and order through the Fan Food app to get 15% off every purchase every Wednesday home game. All right, fans, and if you would please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the warm-ups, we've got a couple first pitches for you here tonight. Starting with our ceremonial first pitch, please welcome Matthew Burns. Matthew and his dad are touring ballparks all over the great Pacific Northwest, and we are pleased to be the first stop on their epic journey.
It's time for game number 2 of this 3-game set between the Cowlitz Black Bears and the Corvallis Knights. Last night, the Black Bears almost came back from 5 runs down, putting up 2 runs in the 8th and 2 runs in the 9th. They had the tying run on 3rd and the winning run on 2nd, but weren't able to bring them around to cap another comeback victory here in 2022 as the Corvallis Knights took game number 1 last night as they stayed perfect, and the Black Bears are looking to now force a split over the first 2 games and force a rubber game tomorrow night here at Story Field. Welcome in to Story Field for game number 2 of 3 between the Corvallis Knights and the Cowlitz Black Bears. Brendan Riley here with you all night long here on Mixlr.com and YouTube as well as the Black Bears look to bounce back and snap this 2-game losing streak as they have a new arm making his first start here in 2022 with the Black Bears. It will be Carson Engeroth starting his second summer with the Black Bears. The 6'3", 210-pound right-hander from Holiday, Utah, heading to Utah Tech, which is the renamed Dixie State this coming fall after being at Umpqua Community College this past year, where he had a 2.03 ERA over 14 starts, 9-4, almost threw 90 innings at 88 2/3. Only gave up 20 runs, 14 walks to 88 strikeouts for the Utah native. Pitched for Cowlitz last summer, a 4.64 ERA over 8 starts with 20 walks to 23 strikeouts, as he will deal with this starting 9 for Brook Knight here this evening. Corvallis, after their first 4 games, coming in today hitting .248 as a team. It'll be Jonah Advincula batting leadoff and in center. Spencer Scott batting second at third. Kiko Romero does it as a hitting back in that 3 spot. Mason Lee bumps up in the order to the cleanup duties. Titus Dumitriou from the 9 spot to the 5 spot. Logan Johnstone in that 6-hole. Devin Dixon bats 7th with Kyle Casterson in the 8 spot, with Kyle Parkman rounding out the starting 9 for Brook Knight and the Corvallis Knights here this evening. Well, Engeroth, the big righty, getting ready to face off against Jonah Advincula to lead things off here in the top half of the first inning. Corvallis took game 1. The first pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for strike number 1, and we're off and running at 6:33 this evening here in Longview. It's turned into a pretty beautiful night, 65 degrees here on the Columbia River with cloudy skies, as the 0-1 misses in the dirt, counts even at a ball and a strike, with winds out of the northwest at 3 miles per hour. It was raining around noon here today in Longview, but was able to stop around 1, so a little shower for about an hour, but this field held up. The 1-1 pitch, a fastball, misses downstairs below the knees as Advincula is ahead in the count, 2-1. Last season, Corvallis won the only series against the Black Bears. They took 2 of 3 against Cowlitz last season. The 2-1 pitch, fastball bounces 4 feet in front of home plate quickly, 3-1 to the center fielder for Corvallis here this evening. He is coming off a 2-for-5 night, picked up an RBI and struck out as well. Now into his 5th game for the senior from Santa Clara. The 3-1 on the outside corner. Count is full at 3-2 to the leadoff man here this evening. Advincula hitting .250 on the year so far. Picked up his first multi-hit game last night. The payoff pitch, fastball, a little too far outside, and it's a leadoff walk for Jonah Advincula, as he is the first base runner, much like last night after reaching on an error. He's now walked 5 times here this season, as that'll bring in Spencer Scott. 5 righties and 4 lefties in this lineup for Brook Knight this evening, as will be Spencer Scott, the third baseman. The second to greet Carson Engeroth here this evening with no outs and a runner over at first, just underway here at Story Field. Scott coming off an 0-for-3 night. The first pitch he sees, he's swinging. He sends this one high in the air, not very deep to right field. Callan Halverson ranges over and makes the catch for out number 1. So a nice comeback by Carson Engeroth, as we'll give you the Black Bears' defensive alignment this evening. In the outfield, Sam Canton, Ben Ziegler, and Callan Halverson, the same 3 from last night. Brock Bozette moves from short to third, with Matthew Schwartz moving from second to short there, the left side of the infield. Ethan Stacy back in the lineup after having the day off yesterday. He's at second, with John Olson over at first. As a quick look over at Advincula as I'm diving back in. And then Aaron Parker made his debut last night for the Black Bears, now making his debut behind the plate here this evening. 1 out as Kiko Romero digs in with a runner over at first. Engeroth set at the belt. The first pitch, he shows bunt, pulls it back. It drops down low, and a nice block by Parker. It prevents Advincula from taking second, but Romero ahead in the count, 1-0. Advincula this season, 3-for-5 on stolen bases after being 28-for-31 at the University of the Redlands this past spring. 1-0. Fastball runs high and away, 2-0 the count now. Romero, the sophomore, the Arizona Wildcat commit, 2-for-5 with an RBI and 3 strikeouts last night in his debut for Corvallis this season after playing 41 games last summer, hitting .236. 2-0. Fouled back to the backstop as Engeroth is able to get one across. 2 balls and a strike now to the former Central Arizona product. Hit .366 for them this past year. 25 home runs and 84 RBIs. Was slugging at an .807 clip. A good lead over at first. The 2-1. Drops down and away at the changeup, 3-1 now the count to the 3-hitter for Corvallis. Last night, the Black Bears pitching staff only walked 2, one from Raul Harada and one from Michael Schwartz. 3-1 the count with 1 out, top 1. The pitch. Fastball misses inside. And so the second walk of this top of the first inning issued by Carson Engeroth, who this past year at Umpqua Community College in Roseburg, Oregon, at 3.5 hours south of here. 14 walks to 88 strikeouts. Last summer, though, 20 walks to 23 strikeouts in 33 innings of action. So 2 on for Mason Lee, the second baseman, with 1 out here in the top half of the first inning. Righty-on-righty matchup as Engeroth comes set, takes a look back at second. The first pitch, a fastball on the outside corner called for strike number 1. Lee, the junior from Cal State Northridge, 5th game for the Knights here this season, hit it 200 over his first 4. 2 doubles and 5 RBIs. Had a double and an RBI last night in a 1-for-4 showing. The 0-1. Comes with the slider, a little too far outside. Counts even at 1-1 to Lee. So speed on the base pass. Advincula over at second with Romero over at first. Last night, Corvallis was aggressive on the base pass. Really running whenever they wanted to. The 1-1. Foul tipped into the glove for strike number 2. Lee this past season at Cal State Northridge, over 49 games, 43 strikeouts for the Culver City, California native. Coming in today on a 3-game hit streak. A long pause, the 1-2. Fastball, this one rocketed into center. Coming in is Ziegler. He's going to make the catch, and there will be no throw coming back in as both runners have to retreat. Looked like Advincula almost got caught in no man's land, and Ziegler didn't see it. But there's 2 away, as that'll bring up Titus Dumitriu. There's a sinking line drive. Nice read by Ziegler coming in. Not for a second, you might have had Advincula. Instead, there's 2 away as Dumitriu set to dig in. 2 outs and runners on first and second. Top 1, no score between Corvallis and Cowlitz. First pitch. Good slider on the outer half, called for strike number 1 to the first baseman tonight. Last night did the designated hitting duties for Brooke Knight. 2 for 4 with a pair of RBIs and a strikeout a night ago. The 0-1, a breaking ball. This one set into left center on the run is Ziegler. He's not going to get there as this one drops. Advincula will come in to score, and going first to third is Kiko Romero as the throw goes over the head of Matt Schwartz as the runner Dumitriu will take second, and it's an early 1-0 lead for Corvallis here in the top half of the first inning. Engeroth left the pitch over the heart of the plate, and Dumitriu sent that to left center. And just like that, Corvallis up 1-0 here in game number 2 and still threatening with 2 runners in scoring position. So they're going to call it a single and then an error as well, as will be Logan Johnstone's first crack here in 2022 for the Knights. The first pitch, fastball, called a strike on the inner half of the thighs as Engeroth ahead in the count 0-1. Last night, 6-5 final here at Story Field. Corvallis with 6 runs coming in the 5th and the 6th as the 0-1. Good spot on the outside corner. Quickly 0-2 to the right fielder. They scored 3 in the top half of the 5th and 3 in the top half of the 6th, and that's all they would need before the Black Bears' comeback bid came just short. The 0-2. Fastball and a nice spoil by Johnstone, as we'll do it again at 0-2. Logan Johnstone, the sophomore from Gonzaga, native of Los Gatos, California, played 25 games for the Bulldogs this past year. A triple and a pair of RBIs with 5 walks to 15 strikeouts. The 0-2. Fastball a little too high and in as Johnstone's back in the count 1-2. First game for him this year was the number 27 outfielder in California by perfect game in the 2021 class as the 1-2 misses down low. Counts even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Engeroth working very quickly out of the windup. Gets the ball and toes the rubber almost immediately. First time throwing for him since May 21st. The 2-2, a fastball hit sharply through the right side for a base hit. Romero will score. Getting the green light from second is Dumitriu as the throw will be cut off, and it's a 2 RBI single for Logan Johnstone in his first at-bat as a Corvallis Knight. And just like that, it's 3-0 here in the top of the first inning in favor of Corvallis.
Now batting, shortstop number 9, Devin Dixon.
So Corvallis with a quick start here in their 5th game this season. 4-0 coming into tonight, first in the South Division in the West Coast League. Here's Devin Dixon, the shortstop. First pitch he sees. He's swinging at a high fastball and comes up empty as he falls behind in the count 0-1. Dixon at Central Arizona. Now heading to New Mexico to be a Lobo in the Mountain West Conference. At .248 for Central Arizona this past season, the 0-1. Breaking ball up the middle, a bouncing ball. Schwartz has it. He'll spin and toss it over to Ethan Stacy covering at second. And the side is retired. But Corvallis, they strike first here in the top of the first inning. They score 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors. They leave 1 runner left on base. We're through half an inning here at Story Field. It's Corvallis 3 and Cowlitz nothing. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball.
I'm all about keeping my family driving safe. Dad, pothole.
Got it.
So I insist we choose Les Schwab tires for safety services like brakes, steering, and alignment. Stuff those cheap tire centers don't offer. Because I want a backseat drive with confidence. Dad, speed check.
Hit the road safely with Les Schwab and save up to $150 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
It's coyote season here at Cowlitz River Rigging. You might be asking yourself, what does that mean?
It means haying, cutting, mowing, moving, plowing, sowing, pushing, pulling, digging, ripping, tilling, towing season.
Coyote tractors are fuel efficient, rugged, and ready to work.
Stop in at the Grown Man's Candy Store and test drive a Coyote tractor today.
Cowlitz River Rigging.
40 Industrial Way in Longview.
Depend on us.
Cowlitz trailing 3-0 after the top half of the first inning after the Knights able to jump out an RBI single by Titus Dumitriou and then a 2 RBI single by Logan Johnstone. The difference so far here this evening as their starter tonight will be the Utah Ute. It'll be Jaden Harris, 6'2", 215-pound rising sophomore from Millville, Utah, making a second here this evening, followed by Callan Halverson, Alec Arnone, and Sam Canton in the middle of the order. In the bottom 3, John Olson, Aaron Parker, and Matthew Schwartz. Here's Ben Ziegler moving from that 9 spot to the 1 spot here tonight. First pitch he sees. He takes high and in for ball number 1. Black Bears going with 3 lefties, Ziegler, Stacy, and Canton. 6 righties against the right-hander from Utah, went 26 and 27 and 1 this past year. The 1-0 runs inside and almost hits him as he's ahead in the count now 2-0. Back in his appearance back on Yakima Valley, Harris a 429 first pitch strike percentage. 2-0 pitch. Fastball, a big hack there from Ziegler, who's out in front as the count moves to 2 balls and a strike. Opponents this year reverse splits against Harris. Righties actually hit better against them than lefties. Lefties hit 250 against the big righty as the 2-1. Fastball, Ziegler fouls it off on the left side and out of play, and the count's even at 2-2, while right-handers hit 322 against him. So Alan Embry going with 6 righties in the lineup here this evening. Those numbers in hand, 2-2 the count with no outs in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch. Fastball tapped over and foul, rather off the front foot of Ziegler. And so we'll do it again at 2-2. 7th game for the Maui native, hitting 182 on the year so far with 4 RBIs, 8 walks to 7 strikeouts. Has that OBP at 387 despite having the average below the Mendoza line. 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout last night, came in a score as well. 2-2 once again. Runs high and away, and it's a full count to the leadoff man for the Black Bears. Ethan Stacy is on deck after not playing last night. As Ziegler's looking to get on base anyway, he counted the Black Bears trailing by 3. Payoff pitch. Cut on and miss for strike number 3 as first punch out of the night for Jaden Harris. And there's 1 away in the bottom half of the first inning. We can give you the defensive alignment for Corvallis here this evening. Left to right in the outfield, Kyle Parkman, Jonah Advincula in center with Logan Johnstone in right. Spencer Scott at third, Devin Dixon over at short as the first pitch to the lefty He's chasing a high heater and is behind on it. It's 0-1. Mason Lee at second and Titus Dumitru at first with Kyle Casperson, the battery mate here this evening, to Jaden Harris. The 0-1. Fastball downstairs. Counts even at a ball and a strike. The umpires here this evening on the base paths is Nick Hudlow, and calling balls and strikes is Vinny Mariani. 1-1 the count with one out and nobody on. The pitch bounces off a home plate as Stacy now on a hitter's count, 2-1. Black Bears coming in tonight, hitting .306 as a team, trying to prevent their first series loss in 2022. 2-1 pitch. Chopped over to the second baseman, Lee. He has it. Will toss it over to first, and Ethan Stacy is retired for out number 2. So 2 away now for Brock Bozette. Moving into that 3-hole after he's been seeing the ball pretty well. Went 4 for 9 in the Walla Walla series over the weekend with the long ball. Went 1 for 5 last night, hitting .310 over his first 7 games for the future Gonzaga Bulldog. First pitch he sees with 2 outs is a good one on the outer half at the knees as he's behind 0-1. The Black Bears all-time against the Knights, 14-47. Over 61 games. The 0-1 pitch. A sharp breaking ball, a little too far outside as it's 1 ball and a strike. Bozette with 2 extra base hits so far this season. Double and a home run, 4 RBIs with 5 walks to 4 strikeouts. The 1-1 pitch. Another curveball, a little too far outside. Looked almost like the same spot from the previous pitch from Jaden Harris. Second summer for Brock Bozette in Longview at .263 last year. 2-1 pitch. He's a little late on the fastball as he pops it up down the right field line and out of play. His count goes to 2-2. So Jaden Harris looking to complete the shutdown inning. 2-2 the count with 2 outs in the bottom of the first with the Knights up 3-0. Harris gets the sign. The big righty is ready. The pitch. Fastball. Below the knees. It's a full count to the second batter here this inning. Last night, Corvallis got 6 innings of 1-run baseball from Nathan DeShriver. Only allowed 4 hits. His 1 run was unearned. Payoff pitch. Misses down and away as Brock Bozette's able to draw the full count walk as the Black Bears have their first base runner. Now the 6th walk on the season for Bozette as that will bring up Callan Halverson with 2 gone.
And now batting, the right fielder from Utah Valley University.
Harris, the 25 walks to 34 strikeouts this past year for Utah. Longest outing was on April 2nd against Washington State. Went 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run that was earned. 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Righty-on-righty matchup at 2 away. First pitch to Halverson. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Call for strike number 1. Halverson, the sophomore, heading to Utah Valley. .357 average over his first 10 games. On a 10-game hit streak as well. Has not been held off the base paths yet as a Black Bear. The 0-1. Another curveball. This one rolled over to the third baseman, Scott, who charges in. He'll throw it across the diamond for out number 3. And the side is retired. So the Black Bears, they go down quietly in the bottom half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1 runner left on base. They're inning full here at Story Field. It's Corvallis 3 and the Black Bears nothing. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball.
Call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
Call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
When it rains cats in St. Bernard.
When it rains cats in St. Bernard.
We'll keep you dry in the rain or snow.
We'll keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200.
577-7200.
If you need a roof, don't look too hard.
If you need a roof, don't look too hard.
Just call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
Just call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
Just call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
Weather Guard!
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
3-0 your score going to the top half of the second inning. First pitch from Carson Engeroth to Kyle Casperson is a strike right down the middle for strike number 1. Corvallis leading 3-0 here in the top of the second inning. The 0-1 pitch way outside from Engeroth counts even at a ball and a strike. Corvallis able to put up 3 in the top half of the first, the 1-1. A fastball runs high and in. Casperson able to lay off as the count moves to 2 balls and a strike. Casperson, the sophomore from Bushnell University, the 2-1, sharply hit up the middle for a base hit. Leadoff man on now for the second time in as many innings for Corvallis, as they have their 3rd hit of the game here in the top of the second inning. Last night, they didn't pick up their first hit until the top of the 4th. After Raul Harada fired 4 shutout innings, then in that 5th, looked like he ran out a little bit of steam the 3rd time through the order. The Knights able to tack on 3 in the top half of the 5th inning. So they'll bring up the 9-hitter, Kyle Parkman, to dig in from the left side. First pitch, he shows bunt, pulls it back as it misses high and away for ball number 1. Casperson over at first. 1 for 2 this past year with Bushnell University on the base paths. Has not attempted a stolen base as a Knight so far, as Kyle Parkman awaits the 1-0. Here it is. On the outside corner at the belt with the heater. Counts 1-1. 4th game for Parkman this year so far. Did not play last night after going 1 for 7 in the series against Yakima Valley 2 weekends ago. Last played on June 5th as they completed the sweep. As a quick look over at first, as Casperson diving back in. Third baseman Brock Bozette playing in on the green turf. On the infield turf, expecting the bunt from the left-hander, the sophomore from Lower Columbia College. Engeroth comes set at the belt. The 1-1. He shows bunt once again, tries to get it down up the third base line, and it trickles foul. And so the count moves to 1-2. As we'll be a little surprised to see Parkman show bunt with 2 strikes. Let's see what Brooke Knight has up his sleeve if he's going to have the 9-hitter try to drop one down to try to set the table and have a man in scoring position for the top of the order for Corvallis. 3-0, top 2 at Story Field here on Fiber Family Wednesday here in Longview. The second of 5 Wednesday home games. The pitch. Engeroth misses above the letters, counts even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Parkman this past season for LCC played 53 games, 11 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 home runs to go along with 33 RBIs, back playing at his home field. 2-2. In the dirt, nice block by Parker behind the plate, corralling the off-speed pitch, as now the count has run full to the second batter here this evening for Carson Engeroth. Last summer here for the Black Bears, a 4.64 ERA over 8 starts, 33 innings, gave up 17 runs. Payoff pitch, fastball hit sharply and just foul of the first base bag. We'll do it again at 3-2. He's going to Utah Tech this upcoming fall. He'll be joining Jacob Taggart and Ryan Hardman, 2 pitchers for the Black Bears here this season. Dixie State changing their name to Utah Tech here for this upcoming year. 3-2 once again. There goes the runner, and it's called a strike 3 on the outside corner. The throw down to second from Parker is not in time as Casperson swipes second. So he has his first stolen base on the year, but Carson Engeroth able to pick up his first strikeout on the year for the Black Bears as there's 1 away and a runner in scoring position for the top of the order for Corvallis. Looked like there Aaron Parker was trying to hold the call for home plate umpire Vinny Mariani. As the throw is just a little late, as now Jonah Advincula digs in. He walked on a full count to lead off the game and came in to score the first run for Corvallis. First pitch he sees, he's swinging, shoots this one down the left field line. On the run is Sam Cann over into foul territory, and he'll make the catch just in front of the short wall for out number 2. So after the leadoff single, Carson Engeroth able to retire the next 2. As they'll bring up the third baseman, Spencer Scott, with 2 away and a runner on at second, with Corvallis looking to add to their 3-0 lead. Scott flew out to Callan Halverson, the Black Bears' right fielder, back an inning ago. As he digs in with the RBI opportunity, had an RBI last night. First pitch he sees, breaking ball well outside. as he's ahead in the count 1-0. Had a sacrifice fly in that 3-run 5th inning for the Knights last night, as Corvallis took game number 1 6-5. The Black Bears put up 4 runs over the last 2 innings, but weren't able to complete the comeback. The 1-0 pitch, another sharp breaking ball. This one a little too low, as Scott's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Second summer in Corvallis for Spencer Scott. Played 22 games last summer. Hit .306 with an .809 OPS. 2-0 runs high and in. 3-0 the count now. We'll have to see if Brook Knight's going to give the red light to Spencer Scott with Kiko Romero on deck. 3 runs on 3 hits here early on for Corvallis. The 3 runs all come in the top half of the first. Runner on second is Casperson, the 3-0. A get me over fastball in there for strike number 1. The last time that Angeroff threw was back on May 21st. Went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs that were earned, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts against LCC. The 3-1 shot back to the screen. It's a full count to the second batter this inning. Angeroth also threw a complete game earlier this season that came against Green River back on March 21st. Gave up 4 hits, 1 run, and struck out 10 while issuing no free passes. 3-2 the count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Fastball ripped down the right field line, but foul. We'll do it again at 3-2. A lot of deep counts here early on against Carson Angeroth. He's about to throw pitch number 45 in the top of the second inning. He comes set at the belt. Takes a look back at second. The pitch misses down and away, and he lost him. So a nice at-bat by Spencer Scott. 3rd walk for Carson Angeroth here over an inning and 2/3. As that will put 2 runners on with 2 outs for Kiko Romero, who walked an inning ago, came in to score the second run for Corvallis, who lead 3-0 over the Black Bears. As Angeroth's trying to get out of here unscathed. Righty on lefty matchup. First pitch. Cut on and missed by Romero. It's 0-1. Romero, the native of Tucson, had 3 strikeouts last night in his first game here in 2022. He has Casperson on second with Scott over at first. Angeroth has the sign, the 0-1. Swung on and missed once again. It's 0-2. A nice spot on the outside corner to get Romero chasing on the heater, as Angeroth now 1 pitch away from getting out of this top of the second inning. Romero with 22 RBIs a summer ago for Corvallis over 41 games. The 0-2 is tap foul up the first base line, and we'll do it again at 0-2. Romero named the best offensive player in the World Series MVP in the JUCO World Series about a week and a half ago at Central Arizona after losing their first game of the tournament in the double elimination set. They won their next 5 games to win the championship. 0-2 misses high and in, as it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to the 3-hitter for Corvallis. In those 6 games at the JUCO World Series, Romero hit .407 with 6 home runs and 11 RBIs. The pitch foul tipped into the glove and held on to by Aaron Parker to retire the side. So Carson Angeroth is able to get out of the second inning unscathed, as Corvallis, they score no runs on 1 hit, no errors. They leave 2 runners on base. They're an inning and a half here at Story Field, 3-0 in favor of the Knights over the Black Bears. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball.
The Cowlitz Black Bears are back and ready for you at Story Field. It's another summer of family-friendly fun. Plus, the Black Bears can host your birthday party, after-work get-together, or even your nonprofit can host a night and make extra money for your organization. Create a summer of great family memories with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Don't miss a single inning of Cowlitz Black Bears baseball with special events all summer long. See the schedule online, get tickets at the gate, or right now at cowlitzblackbears.com.
Hi, it's Jess.
And Bobby checking in from the Grown Man's Candy Store. I'm sure we can all agree that Mother Nature has been a little, unpredictable this year.
To say the least, but one thing you can predict is steel's power and reliability.
At Cowlitz River Rigging, we carry a wide variety of superior steel, gas, and battery-powered equipment to get all your jobs done.
Cowlitz River Rigging.
1540 Industrial Way in Longview.
Depend on us.
And thank you to your locally owned McDonald's.
Black Bears looking to get something going in the bottom of the second inning. They trail 3-0 against the Corvallis Knights after the Knights put up 3 in the top half of the first inning. As Cowlitz will bring 5, 6, and 7. Alec Arnone, Sam Canton, and John Olson to the plate against Jaden Harris, who was good in that bottom half of the first inning. Righty-on-righty matchup to get things rolling. The first pitch. Fastball misses above the letters for ball number 1. Carson Angeroth stranded 2 in the top half of the second inning after allowing a leadoff single and a walk. 1-0 pitch. Arnone chases a high fastball. Counts even at 1-1. Arnone doing the designated hitting tonight for Allen Embry after being behind the plate a night ago. The 1-1. He's swinging. He fouls it off on the right side and out of play. He'll now have to protect down 1-2. Arnone at .379 average over his first 7 games. 4 doubles, 7 RBIs. Has only struck out once. 1 for 4 last night with an RBI for the San Diego Christian product. The 1-2. Breaking ball cut on and miss for strike number 3. Second strikeout of the day for Jaden Harris as there's 1 away in the bottom of the second inning. A tight breaking ball there from the Utah Ute. Started at the eyes of Arnone, then dropped in at the last second. As that'll bring in Sam Canton with 1 out and nobody on, and the Black Bears trailing by 3. Comes the first pitch. Canton shows bunt and pulls it back as it misses down and away as he's ahead in the count 1-0. The freshman from Port Orchard, Washington, .208 average over his first 6 games. .355 on base percentage. The 1-0 at the knees for strike number 1. Last night, Canton went 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Came in to score twice as well. He's been hitting the ball hard. Numbers don't show it quite yet. The 1-1 pitch, way outside as now Can once again in a hitter's count, up 2-1. 9 games played for Canton with the Bulldogs this past season. Went 4 for 12 with a home run and 3 RBIs. The 2-1. This one hit a line over the head of the second baseman, Lee into right center for a base hit. So Sam Canton now with the first base knock of the game for the Black Bears. He's now reached base in 6 out of his first 7. As now will be a runner on for John Olson.
And now batting, the first baseman from Ventura College.
So Olson had been in the 3-hole for each of the last 10 games. Now down in that 7th spot after going 0 for 5 last night with a strikeout. He flew out to end the game with the tying run on 3rd and the winning run on 2nd last night in the 6-5 loss for the Black Bears. First pitch on the outside corner, called for strike number 1. Harris this past season at Utah with runners on base. Opponents hit .295 against him. Second time he's working out of the stretch here this evening as he has Canton aboard over at first after the 1-out single. Canton 2 for 3 on stolen bases so far this year with the Black Bears. The 0-1. Runs down and in. Count moves to a ball and a strike. Cowlitz trailing 3-0 in the bottom of the second inning, trying to avoid their first series loss here in 2022. They took 2 of 3 against the Springfield Drifters 2 weekends ago, swept the midweek series against Kamloops as the pitch. Olson goes chasing out a slider well outside. I'll have to protect down 1 ball and 2 strikes. And then they took 2 of 3 against the Walla Walla Sweets over the weekend at Borles Stadium. As John Olson now has to protect. 7 strikeouts on the year so far. Has a strikeout in each of his last 4 games. Harris comes set at the belt. Let's take a look over at Ken, who's back in with the dive. A quick move there from the big right-hander. Probably one of the better moves that we'll see from him here this evening. Looks like he might have gone with the B or the A move over towards first, knowing that Ken has speed over on that first base bag. 1-2 the count with 1 out. Bottom 2 here at Story Field. A long pause there in the pitch. Curveball got him swinging for strike number 3. Casperson able to knock it down. So no advance from Kin, but John Olson now has struck out. He's out number 2 in the bottom of the 2nd inning as Harris picks up his 3rd punch out of the evening.
Now batting the catcher from UC
So that'll bring up
Santa
Aaron
Barbara,
Parker.
number 34.
With 2 outs and a runner on first. Second game for Aaron Parker here for the Black Bears in 2022 after joining the team yesterday. Went 0 for 4 last night, a couple of hard hit balls. First pitch he sees. He's swinging, sends this one a mile high into shallow right field. Ranging back is the second baseman, Lee. He's going to be called off by Johnstone, who makes the catch for out number 3. So the Black Bears get a 1-out single from San Kin. Can't do anything with it. They score no runs on 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1 runner left on base. Through 2 here at Story Field. 3-0 in favor of Corvallis over Cowlitz. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball.
All right, so for duck race, we have Owen.
Private leak. Why do I have a drip in my office and water on my desk?
Because the roof is bad. I tried to fix it myself, sir.
Didn't I tell you to call the guard?
The guard?
Yes, Private, the guard. Weather guard.
Oh, yeah. They'll keep you dry in the rain or snow. 577-7200.
They're our first defense against the weather. Now, call Weather Guard.
Sir, yes, sir.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200. Weather Guard.
Your Cowlitz Black Bears are back at Story Field this summer. Get out and join your neighbors for family-friendly fun. A Black Bears baseball game is a perfect reason to meet with friends and coworkers. Black Bears baseball is made possible by Peace Health, Fiber Federal Credit Union, Pacific Jet Construction, Bob's Sporting Goods, McDonald's in Longview and Woodland, and the Bud Clariato Group. Don't miss a single inning of Black Bears baseball. Tickets at the gate or right now at CowlitzBlackBears.com.
3-0 Corvallis going to the top half of the 3rd here at Story Field as Carson Angeroff now back out for his 3rd inning of work so far in this one. 2 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, only 1 earned after the error by the center fielder Ben Ziegler in the top half of the 1st. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts for the future Utah Tech product. He's about to throw. First pitch to Mason Lee as the first pitch on the inner half called for strike number 1 as it starts to cool down here at Story Field. Some clouds starting to roll in past center field. The 0-1 slider way outside. Counts even at a ball and a strike to Lee, who flew out to Ben Ziegler his first time up, the center fielder, and hit the ball pretty hard on a line. The 1-1 runs down away as Lee now in a hitter's count up 2-1. Lee, the junior from Culver City, California. The 2-1 sent high in the air to fairly deep left field. Ranging back is Sam Canton towards the track, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. So first time here tonight that Carson Angeroth has sat down the leadoff man as that'll bring in Titus Dumitriu. With 1 out and nobody on, in Corvallis leading 3-0. Dumitriu picked up RBI number 4 on the year on an RBI single in the top half of the 1st inning. That's the first pitch he sees on the outer half, called for strike number 1. Angeroff's starting to settle into this one after giving up 2 hits and 3 runs in the top half of the 1st. 2 base runners last inning. The pitch, this one hit sharply right to the shortstop, Matthew Schwartz. He has it. We'll toss it over to Olson at first for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here in the top half of the 3rd for Carson Angeroth. As that'll bring in Logan Johnstone.
Now batting right fielder number 11, Logan Johnstone.
So now 2 outs as a sophomore from Los Gatos, California will dig in from the left side. First pitch from the big righty. Fastball cut on and missed for strike number 1. Johnstone couldn't catch up to it. A 2 RBI single to make this a 3-0 game in the 1st. The pitch. Good spot, a little too far outside from Angeroth with the sinker. As it counts even at 1-1. First game for Johnstone this season, 1-1. He fouls it off his back. As now let the protect down 1-2. Played 25 games for Gonzaga this past year, whose season came to an end in the Blacksburg Regional after being bounced by Columbia. The 1-2. Fastball, a high chopper over towards first. Olson gloves it, tosses it over to Engeroth covering, and it's a 1-2-3 top of the third for Carson Engeroth. As we move to the bottom of the third at Story Field, it's 3-0 Knights over the Black Bears. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball.
Here at Fiber Federal Credit Union, we're just like any other family. Sometimes you like getting together for a big old family shindig. Other times it would be really great if that family shindig could just be virtual. At Fiber Federal, we always love seeing you at any of our 16 locations, but don't feel like you need to see us face-to-face all the time. With online and mobile banking, mobile deposits, our nationwide network of ATMs, and 24/7 call center, you can visit us anytime, anywhere. And now, several locations feature ITMs with virtual representatives for basic transactions, like withdrawals, cash and check deposits, transfers, loan payments, and balance inquiries. That saves you time for more important things, like seeing your mother in person. She told us to say that. Fiber Federal Credit Union. We're kind of like a family, only we're a credit union. FiberCU.com. Member NCUA.
9-1-2 coming up for Cowlitz in the bottom half of the third inning as they look to try to figure out Jaden Harris as Corvallis leads 3-0 in the bottom half of the third. Carson Engeroth with a 1-2-3 top half of the third, as now Matthew Schwartz looking to jumpstart things at the bottom of the order. Righty-on-righty matchup to get things rolling. Here comes the first pitch from Harris. It's a fastball coming in. That's high and in for ball number 1 to Schwartz. Last night was in the leadoff spot for the Black Bears with a sophomore from Spokane. Went 1 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout. Pitch. This is down and away with the fastball. Schwartz now. I have to think he might have the green light up 2-0. Here comes the 2-0. And it misses downstairs once again. 3-0 now the count to Schwartz, who just needs to try to set the table for this Black Bears lineup. First time through, only 1 hit. They've gotten 2 base runners against Jaden Harris so far. Here comes the 3-0. Catches the outside corner at the knees. 3-1 now the count. Harris did not allow a walk back in his 2 innings against Yakima Valley as a 3-1. Schwartz laces it down the right field line and out of play as the count is run full. He's already allowed 1 walk here tonight. That was Brock Bozette in the bottom of the first. Payoff pitch. Runs high and in, and Schwartz is able to turn away from it as the leadoff man is on for the first time tonight for the Black Bears. Matthew Schwartz able to draw the walk, now his 4th on the year. And his 2nd in this series. That's going to bring up Ben Ziegler with no outs and a runner aboard at first. Good crowd here at Story Field on Fiber Family Wednesday. The Bob Sporting Goods party deck down the left field line full, just over the 306 sign down in that left field corner. First pitch to Ziegler. He lays off a fastball downstairs. He's ahead in the count 1-0. Ziegler struck out swinging to lead off the game on a full count. Harris has gone to a full count 3 times so far here this evening. Good lead over and first for Schwartz as Harris comes set at the belt. The 1-0. On the inner half at the belt, calling for strike number 1. Count even at 1-1 to Ziegler. Coming into today, hitting 182, 4 RBIs, 8 walks, and now 8 strikeouts for the freshman from Maui. He's trying to get jump started after a little bit of a slow start, the 1-1 pitch. Rips this one into right field for a base hit. Stopping at second is Schwartz as it's a single for Ben Ziegler here as the first 2 are on for the Black Bears here in the bottom half of the third inning. As now that will open the door for Ethan Stacy.
All right, fans, show some love.
First time the Black Bears have had multiple runners on the base paths this evening so far. They're trying to cut into this 3-0 lead. in the bottom half of the third with no outs. Schwartz on at second with Ziegler over at first. Speed on the base pass, 6 stolen bases for Ziegler this past season at Yavapai, with Matthew Schwartz going 8 for 10 at LCC this past year. Here's Ethan Stacy. He's showing bunt, pulls it back. It skips away from the catcher Casperson. And they're going to say it hit Stacy. So the breaking ball got away from Jaden Harris, as that's going to load the bases with Black Bears for Brock Bozette.
The third baseman, number 3, Brock.
So here's a big opportunity. Bottom of the third. You got the bases loaded. You got your 3-hitter coming to the plate. Last night, the Black Bears, they stranded the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th inning. After they loaded the bases with no outs, they were only able to push across 2 runs. Schwartz on third, Ziegler at second with Stacy aboard at first. Brock Bozette walked his first time up. The first pitch he sees. He's swinging and he fouls it straight back for strike number 1. Bozette with 4 RBIs this season. He had 2 back on Saturday in the 14-4 victory over Walla Walla. Then had an RBI on Sunday as well on his first home run of the season that he crushed to left field. The 0-1. Just a little tardy on it. He's going to have to protect down 0-2. Harris just attacking the 3-hitter with straight fastballs. Trying to see if he can beat him. Bozette right on it here early on. He'll have to shorten up. 0-2 the count with no outs and the bases full of Black Bears. Harris stares in, working from the stretch. He comes set. The 0-2. Breaking ball got him swinging for strike number 3 as it skips away from Casperson, who's able to corral it quickly. So no advance from any of the runners as Brock Bozette is retired for the first time tonight, as the bases remain loaded with 1 out for Callan Halverson. A nasty breaking ball from Jaden Harris as Bozette looked like he was thinking fastball. As now the chance moves to the right fielder, Callan Halverson. 3 home runs on the year and 11 RBIs. Picked up an RBI last night after walking in that 8th inning. Went 1 for 4, the first pitch. Curveball, this one sent high in the air to left center. On the run is Parkman towards the gap. He's going to make the catch, and it should be deep enough for Matthew Schwartz to tag up, and he will. And it's a sacrifice fly from Callan Halverson, who now adds to his RBI total. He now has 12 on the year as the Black Bears score their first run of the game. It's now 3-1 Corvallis in the bottom of the third. Halverson looked like he just missed that one. Maybe got it a little bit towards the handle, a little bit more than he'd like. But still sent it fairly deep to left center. So 2 outs and runners on first and second for Alec Arnone in a 3-1 ball game in the bottom of the third. A righty-on-righty matchup. Harris's first pitch is a breaking ball. Check swing. Did he go? And they're going to say he did for strike number 1 on the slider that was in the dirt. Arnone, a strikeout victim, his first time up to lead off the bottom of the second. He's not only struck out twice here this year for the San Juan Capistrano, California native, about 35 minutes from Anaheim, down in Southern California. Yeah, 1. Cut on and miss on the outside fastball as Arnone is now going to have to protect down 0-2. An RBI last night for the designated hitter after going 1 for 4. Has 5 games with an RBI this season over his first 7. Harris comes set on the 0-2. Takes a look back at second. Here's the pitch, and it's a fastball well high. Arnone able to lay off as he's back in the count at a ball and 2 strikes. Ziegler on at second with Stacy aboard at first. Speed on the base paths for the Black Bears if Arnone can try to get something into the gaps. He awaits the 1-2. Here it is. He's able to spoil it off on the right side and out of play, and we'll do it again. Longest inning for Jaden Harris over his first 3 after he faced 4 in each of his first 2 innings. Now the 6th batter that he's faced in the bottom of the third. 3-1 your score in favor of Corvallis in game number 2 of this 3-game set. Here's the 1-2. Got him swinging on the slider for strike number 3 as Harris is able to limit the damage to 1 run after the Black Bears load the bases with nobody out. They're only able to bring in 1 in the Callan Halverson sacrifice fly as Cowlitz, they score 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. They leave 2 runners left on base. We're through 3 full here in Longview. It's Corvallis 3 and Cowlitz 1. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball.
Next game, we have members of the Fiber family who have this giant baseball.
It's baseball season, and Peace Health is excited to return as a sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears as they vie for the Western League Championship. Black Bears games make a great family event. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark for fresh air, sunshine, fun, friends, and all the thrills of Black Bears baseball. As the largest health provider in Cowlitz County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty or emergency care. Peace Health and the Cowlitz Black Bears, 2 great teams.
I'm all about keeping my family driving safe. Dad, pothole.
Got it.
So I insist we choose Les Schwab tires for safety services like brakes, steering, and alignment. Stuff those cheap tire centers don't offer. Because I want a backseat drive with confidence. Dad, speed check.
Hit the road safely with Les Schwab and save up to $150 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
7, 8, and 9 coming up for Corvallis as Carson Engeroth looks for a shutdown inning in the top of the 4th after the Black Bears scratch 1 back. First pitch to Devin Dixon. He chops foul back towards the backstop. He falls behind in the count 0-1. 3-1 your score. Top of the 4th in Longview after the Black Bears brought in a run in the bottom of the 3rd on a sacrifice fly by Callan Halverson. The 0-1 pitch. Good spot on the outer half. Called for strike number 2 with the fastball from Engeroth, who is now retired. The last 4 that he's faced. 0-2. A little too far outside with the fastball as Dixon's back in the count at 1-2. Corvallis in this series so far. This is the 1-2. Cut on and miss for strike number 3. The 3rd strikeout of the day for Carson Engeroth as he gets Devin Dixon to go chasing at the high heater for out number 1 in the top of the 4th. But when Corvallis scores, they score in 3s. Scored 6 runs last night, 3 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, and they lead 3-1 after a 3-run top of the 1st inning as they'll bring in the 8-hitter Kyle Casperson with 1 out and nobody on. The first pitch. Looks like Engeroth took a little something off that one as it's called a strike on the inside corner with some late action. Casperson, a leadoff single in the 2nd as the 0-1. A breaking ball called a strike on the outside corner. Quickly 0-2 to the catcher this evening from Olympia, Washington. Engeroth's 0-2, little too far outside as he tried to freeze Casperson with the fastball. But Vinny Mariani says it's a little too far off the outer half. Engeroth not messing around is 1-2. Fastball, and Casperson's just able to tap it back, and so we'll do it again. Engeroth has really settled in after those first 2 innings. He allowed 4 base runners in the 1st, allowed 2 in the 2nd. This is 1-2. This one sent high in the air to left center. Ranging over is Ziegler into left center gap. He'll make the catch for out number 2. So Engeroth has now sat down 8 out of the last 9 batters, as that's going to bring Kyle Parkman with 2 outs and nobody on, with Engeroth trying to keep this now a 2-run game and complete the shutdown inning. First pitch. Called a strike on the outside corner to Kyle Parkman. It's 0-1. He struck out looking back in the 2nd inning, the first of 3 strikeout victims this evening for Carson Engeroth. 0-1. On the outer half once again, as it's quickly 0-2. Pitch number 71, here it is, the 0-2, runs a little high and away, as Parkman back in the count at a ball and 2 strikes. Let's see how long Engeroth will be able to go. The 1-2, a nice back foot slider One Parkman able to lay off as he evens the count at 2-2. Here is the 2-2. Hard hit, backhanded diving stop by Bozette, the third baseman. The throw to first is in time. What a play by Brock Bozette, being able to get up to his feet and deliver a dart over to John Olson at first, as it's another 1-2-3 inning for Carson Engeroth in the top of the fourth. We're through 3.5 here at Story Field. 3-1 your score in favor of Corvallis. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball.
It's coyote season here at Cowlitz River Rigging. You might be asking yourself, what does that mean?
It means haying, cutting, mowing, moving, plowing, sowing, pushing, pulling, digging, ripping, tilling, towing season.
Coyote tractors are fuel efficient, rugged, and ready to work.
Stop in at the Grown Man's Candy Store and test drive a Coyote tractor today.
Cowlitz River Rigging.
40 Industrial Way in Longview.
Depend on us.
Call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
Call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
When it rains cats in St. Bernard.
When it rains cats in St. Bernard.
We'll keep you dry in the rain or snow.
We'll keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200.
577-7200.
If you need a roof, don't look too hard.
If you need a roof, don't look too hard.
Just call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
Just call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
Just call the guard, that's Weather Guard. Weather Guard!
Sam Canton to lead things off with the Black Bears trailing 3-1, bottom of the fourth at Story Field. Canton 1 for 1 on the day, singled in his first plate appearance. The first pitch he sees misses high and away for ball number 1 from Jaden Harris. Carson Engeroth, the starter for Cowlitz this evening, has been able to get Corvallis to go down 1-2-3 in each of the last 2 innings. The 1-0 to Canton. Nowhere close once again from the big righty from Utah, as Canton in control up 2-0. Canton now has reached base in 7 out of his first 8 games, rather 6 out of his first 7, the 2-0. Called a strike on the inside corner as the count moves to 2-1. Ripped a single into right center, laced one over Mason Lee's head, the shortstop. Back to lead off the second inning, the pitch. Fastball, this one hit sharply up the middle again for a base hit. Sam Canton now 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles as the Black Bears had the leadoff man on in the bottom of the fourth. So both these pitchers have thrown well, but a little bit of a different story from last night. Last night, only 1 hit through the first 4 innings for both sides, as Raul Harada and Nathan DeShriver were great through the first 4. Harada being taken out in the 5th, but DeShriver able to finish 6 strong. Both teams with 3 hits apiece in the bottom of the 4th inning with no outs and a runner at first for John Olson. First pitch, he takes it on the inner half at the knees as he falls behind in the count 0-1. Olson struck out swinging back in the second inning. 5 strikeouts on the day so far for Jaden Harris. And this past season had 34 for Utah over 45 2/3, the 0-1. Olson chases a breaking ball in the dirt. He's way out in front. He'll have to shorten up the swing down 0-2. We'll have to see if Canton moves over at first. Last time he was on, Jaden Harris kept him in mind, showed off the A move back in that second inning. Well, into the count with no outs. The Black Bears trailing by 2, bottom 4. Here in game number 2 of 3, the Black Bears trying to force a rubber game here tomorrow at Story Field. 0-2. Olson just a little late on the heater, and we'll do it again. Last season, these two teams only met for 1 series that Corvallis took. They took 2 of 3 against the Black Bears. All-time, Corvallis leads the all-time series 47-14. Quick look over at first, and Can's back in easily. Olson now 0 for 6 in this series. He's 1 for his last 12 at the plate after 0 for 5 with a strikeout last night. Now it was 8 strikeouts on the year, not trying to get number 9. Chokes up on the bat a little bit. Harris set. The pitch. There goes Cannon tying in. The throw down to second is going to skip off the glove of the second baseman. Lean to shallow right center as Cannon will take third. So Cannon's going to be able to pick up the stolen base. Advances on the error as he's now 3 for 4 on stolen base attempts this year. And it's a runner standing 90 feet away. A good pitch to throw on for Kyle Casperson. He one-hopped the second baseman Lee just a little too much to the right of the second base bag. As now Olson looks to add to his 10 RBIs. The infield playing back for Corvallis in the bottom of the fourth. 3-1 your score. Harris is 1-2. A high chopper to third, and it's just foul. So Olson now a nice battle here. Some action in the Corvallis bullpen. Looks like a lefty is starting to move around for the Knights. Pitch number 61 coming up from Jaden Harris in the bottom of the fourth inning. 37 strikes to 23 balls. 1-2 once again. Olson able to lay off a curveball in the dirt and a nice block by Casperson, keeping it in front of him. With the count even at 2-2 to Olson. Second on the team in RBIs with 10, trailing Callan Halverson. That's a team leading 12. After he picked up the RBI in the sac fly an inning ago. 2-2 the count with no outs and a runner on third. The pitch. Fastball yanked down and away. Olson has come all the way back to run the count full. Aaron Parker is on deck. The catcher here tonight for the Black Bears from UC Santa Barbara. Big payoff pitch here. As Harris trying to keep this a 2-run game in the bottom of the fourth. Payoff pitch. Fastball that Olson nubs foul up the third base line. So a nice battle here by John Olson. We've seen him go into some deep counts here this year. In the final out of the game back on Sunday in Walla Walla, he was in a 13-pitch at bat. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. 3-2. And he's able to lay off a breaking ball in the dirt. What a job by John Olson coming all the way back from 0-2 down. He draws the full count walk. Now the third walk issued by Harris. And it puts runners on the corners for Aaron Parker.
Now batting, the catcher, number 34. Let him hear you, fans. It's Aaron Parker.
So Aaron Parker the opportunity as there's still no outs. Bottom four. 3-1 your score. Now the tying run standing on first with the go-ahead run at the plate in Aaron Parker. Parker with 1 RBI in 8 plate appearances this past year for UC Santa Barbara, who saw their season come to an end in the Palo Alto Regional. Righty on righty matchup, first pitch. He's swinging and he fouls it right back for strike number 1. A fly out to right to end the second for Parker, who's now 0 for 5 so far this season. Only his second game for the freshman from Los Altos, California. 5'9", 200 pounds. Played football as well for Los Altos High School. And 1. Did he go around? No, he did not, says Nick Hudlow, the base umpire. As that evens the count out at 1-1. As Parker on the high end in fastball, he was able to just lay off, according to the umpires. I don't know, from here it might have looked like he might have gone around, but the call goes in favor of the Black Bears. So 1-1 the count with no outs. Harris set at the belt, the pitch. Breaking ball dropped in for strike number 2 on the inside corner. As that gets a couple of sarcastic cheers. As now Parker has to protect, down 1-2 in the count. Here it is. Fastball hit sharply to the shortstop Dixon. The second for one, the relay on the first, not in time as Canton comes in to score. So the Black Bears cut it to a one-run game in the bottom of the fourth on the fielder's choice for Aaron Parker, as they're still only one away and a runner over at first. So nice job by Parker, able to do his job on the 6'4 fielder's choice, as that'll bring up Matthew Schwartz. As now we will have a mound visit here for Corvallis as the lefty continues to warm up for the Knights down in the right field bullpen. Last night, Corvallis, after the 6 innings from Nathan DeSchreiber, they used 3 pitchers after that. Neil Feist, Brady Malett, and Joey Gartrell, who closed out the game, was able to hold off the Black Bears. But 5 runs combined here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As now the mound meeting will be adjourned.
Physical and sports therapy, providing quality physical rehabilitation services to clients throughout Southwest Washington. They're a proud Black Bears partner.
So here's Matthew Schwartz, the 9-hitter for the Black Bears with 1 out, and Parker aboard over at first. He's on for the first time as a Black Bear here in 2022. As a 9-hitter digs in from the right side. 3-2 your score, bottom 4 here in favor of Corvallis over Cowlitz. First pitch on the inside corner at the belt. It's 0-1. Schwartz walked to lead off the 3rd. Came in to score the first run for Cowlitz here this evening. Picked up walk number 4 on the campaign. As the 0-1 at the knees over the heart of the plate, called for strike number 2. Harris only with 1 out, has struggled the second time through the order against this Black Bears team. Has allowed 6 base runners. As a quick look over at first as Parker diving back in. Schwartz, the sophomore from Spokane, I think 258, a double, 4 RBIs. The OBP at 340. He's 6 for his last 17 at the plate. The 0-2. Curveball got him looking on the inside corner for strike number 3. A nasty front door breaking ball. Backs up Schwartz as that will bring out Brooke Knight with 2 outs, and with Jaden Harris about to go the 3rd time through the order, he is going to go to a southpaw in relief. So 2 outs, bottom of the 4th, a run already in for the Black Bears, with Corvallis still in the lead, up 3-2, and we'll have a new arm when we come back. We'll step aside. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball.
At this time, we'd also like to thank one of our sponsors,
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
The Cowlitz Black Bears are back and ready for you at Story Field. It's another summer of family-friendly fun. Plus, the Black Bears can host your birthday party, after-work get-together, or even your nonprofit can host a night and make extra money for your organization. Create a summer of great family memories with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Don't miss a single inning of Cowlitz Black Bears baseball with special events all summer long. See the schedule online, get tickets at the gate, or right now at CowlitzBlackBears.com.
Hi, it's Jess and Bobby checking in from the Grown Man's Candy Store. I'm sure we can all agree that Mother Nature has been a little, unpredictable this year,
To say the least, but one thing you can predict is steel's power and reliability.
At Cowlitz River Rigging, we carry a wide variety of superior steel, gas, and battery-powered equipment to get all your jobs done.
Cowlitz River Rigging.
5th Industrial Way in Longview.
Depend on us.
Private leak. Why do I have a drip in my office and water on my desk?
Because the roof is bad. I tried to fix it myself, sir.
Didn't I tell you to call the guard?
The guard?
Yes, Private, the guard. Weather guard.
Oh, yeah. They'll keep you dry in the rain or snow. 577-7200.
They're our first defense against the weather. Now call WeatherGuard.
Sir, yes, sir.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200. WeatherGuard.
Black Bears have cut it to a one-run game in the bottom of the fourth inning as Brook Knight brings in the southpaw Sean Weiss to face off against this top of the order for the Black Bears after the starter here tonight. Jaden Harris can give you his partial line. 3 2/3 thrown, 3 hits, and walked 3 and struck out 6 as now Sean Weiss comes in, heading to the University of Hawaii this upcoming fall after being at George Fox after he went 3 4 this past season with a 3.89 ERA over 71 2/3 innings. George Fox in the Northwest Conference as Ben Ziegler is set to dig in. First pitch he sees is a fastball that misses down and away for ball number 1. Black Bears with a run already in this inning after a leadoff single by Sam Cann. He took third after stealing second, and then a throwing error by the catcher Kyle Casperson. As the pitch, called a strike on the outer half, called for strike number 1. Then Aaron Parker, who stands over at first, brought him in on a 6-4 fielder's choice. 14 walks to 70 strikeouts for Sean Weiss this past season with George Fox. The 1-1. Too high and outside as Parker faked the steal attempt as Casperson got out of his crouch, but Ziegler ahead in the count 2-1. Weiss, the native from Canby, Oregon, 5'10", 185 pounds. All NWC honors this past year. The pitch, there goes Parker. The throw down to second is in time. A nice shoot by Kyle Casperson as he's able to throw out his counterpart, Aaron Parker, for the final out of the inning. But the Black Bears, they do get one back. They score 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and they leave none on base. So through 4 here in Longview, it's the Knights 3 and the Black Bears 2. You're listening to Callant's Black Bears Baseball.
First one to Corby Rins. Are you guys ready? All right, ready and...
Here at Fiber Federal Credit Union, we're just like any other family. Sometimes you like getting together for a big old family shindig. Other times it would be really great if that family shindig could just be virtual. At Fiber Federal, we always love seeing you at any of our 16 locations, but don't feel like you need to see us face-to-face all the time. With online and mobile banking, mobile deposits, our nationwide network of ATMs, and 24/7 call center, you can visit us anytime, anywhere. And now, several locations feature ITMs with virtual representatives for basic transactions, like withdrawals, cash and check deposits, transfers, loan payments, and balance inquiries. That saves you time for more important things, like seeing your mother in person. She told us to say that. Fiber Federal Credit Union. We're kind of like a family, only we're a credit union. FiberCU.com. Member NCUA.
3-2 your score. Going to top of the 5th at Story Field as Corvallis with the 3-2 lead. Both teams with 3 hits aside, an error aside as well. After last night, Corvallis 9 hits and 3 errors. The Black Bears 8 hits and 2 errors. As it'll be the top of the order coming up for Corvallis against Carson Engeroth. Going to see how long the leash is from Alan Embry this 3rd time through the order. For Engeroth, who has retired the last 7 he's faced, and after allowing a leadoff single back in the 2nd, has only allowed 1 base runner since then. First pitch to Ed Vincula, and he cuts and misses at the first pitch. He's down in the count 0-1. Corvallis starter Jaden Harris, his final line, 3 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 3 walks and 6 strikeouts as the 0-1 slap to left field. Can going back towards the track, and he'll make the catch just a few steps in front of the warning track for out number 1. 2nd straight at bat for Ed Vincula that he has flied out to the left fielder Ken, as that'll bring up Spencer Scott. These two teams will do it one more time again tomorrow at 6:35 back here at Story Field before the Black Bears make a trip to Ridgefield for a 3-game set. First pitch to Spencer Scott on the outer half, called for strike number 1 with the heater. Tonight, Fiber Family Wednesday here at Story Field. Tomorrow, Teacher Appreciation Night is the 0-1. A changeup called on the inner half for strike number 2. 0-2 quickly to Scott, who's 0 for 1 in the night with a fly out and a walk for the sophomore from the University of Portland. 3-2 your score, top 5. The Knights in front. The 0-2 fastball just out of the reach of the pitcher Engeroth and into center field for a base hit. That was about a few inches away from Engeroth making a nice catch on the comebacker, but instead it's a 1-out single for the third baseman, who's on board for the second time this evening. First hit of this series for Scott will bring up Kiko Romero. With 1 out and a runner on first, Cowlitz trailing 3-2, top of the 5th. First pitch to Romero. He takes a fastball called on the outside corner. Romero walk his first time up, followed by a strikeout. Has struck out 4 times in this series so far. After striking out 80 times for Central Arizona, the JUCO powerhouse this past year. The 0-1. He's able to lay off a high heater. Thought about going around, but is able to pull it back. So the count moves to 1-1 to the Tucson, Arizona native. Be joining the hometown Wildcats this coming fall. 1-1. Cut on and miss. Romero pulling out on the outside fastball as the count now moves to 1-2. Arizona making the regionals, the Coral Gables Regional this past year. An NCAA tournament. Ended up being bounced by Ole Miss in the championship round. 1-2. This is high and away. Parker thought about going with the bank pick, but no throw. Count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Arizona, their season came to an end there after their season last year came to an end in Omaha in the College World Series. That getting ready to get rolling here this Friday. 2-2, fastball. This one hit high in the air to center field. Not very deep. Ziegler starts back, now comes in, and I'll make the catch for out number 2. A nice pitch there by Engeroth as he got Romero to get it off the end of the bat and pop it up to center field, as now there's 2 away for Mason Lee. Lee is 0 for 2, a fly out to center and a fly out to left in his first 2 at-bats. Engeroth working out of the stretch from the third base side of the rubber with 2 down. First pitch, Lee shows bunt, pulls it back pick down to first is not in time as Olsen can't apply the tag. It was a big secondary for Spencer Scott, but he was just able to get back in time. Parker not afraid to show off the arm. He pump faked after 2 pitches in the previous at-bat. Quick look over at first, and Engeroth almost throws it away as Olsen has to come off the bag to make the snag. Lee, the junior from Cal State Northridge in the Big West Conference, hitting 200 coming into today. A pair of doubles, 5 RBIs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. 1-0. Fastball, he gets under this one as it's popped up on the right side of the infield. Ethan Stacy will call everyone off. He'll make the catch, and the side is retired. So Carson Engeroth now through 5 innings after he gets around a 1-out base hit, as Corvallis scores no runs on 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1 runner left on base. Halfway home at Story Field, Corvallis 3 and Cowlitz 2. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball.
I'm all about keeping my family driving safe. Dad, pothole.
Got it.
So I insist we choose Les Schwab tires for safety services like brakes, steering, and alignment. Stuff those cheap tire centers don't offer. Because I want a backseat drive with confidence. Dad, speed check.
Hit the road safely with Les Schwab and save up to $150 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
It's coyote season here at Cowlitz River Rigging. You might be asking yourself, what does that mean?
It means haying, cutting, mowing, moving, plowing, sowing, pushing, pulling, digging, ripping, tilling, towing season.
Coyote tractors are fuel efficient, rugged, and ready to work.
Stop in at the Grown Man's Candy Store and test drive a Coyote tractor today.
Cowlitz River Riggy.
5th Industrial Way in Longview.
Depend on us.
Bottom 5 at Story Field, 3-2 Corvallis over Cowlitz, as the Black Bears will bring the top of the order up against the Southpaw Sean Weiss, who got the final out of the bottom of the 4th, as he got, after Matthew Schwartz, Aaron Parker was thrown out on a stolen base attempt by Kyle Casperson, as now Ben Ziegler was up when the 4th ended. Will now dig in with a fresh count against the lefty. First pitch he sees. He's swinging at a fastball on the outside corner for strike number 1. Count was 2-1 to Ben Ziegler, and then Aaron Parker took off, and it was a nice shoot by the catcher Kyle Casperson, being able to throw him out. Ziegler on the day so far, 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. The pitch, fastball, and he shoots it over towards Ethan Stacy in the on-deck circle. It's now left to protect, down 0-2. 3 runs in the top of the first for Corvallis. Since then, Carson Engeroth has been great. He's retired 12 out of the last 15 Corvallis Knights hitters. Weiss, the lefty. He's ready, the 0-2. Ziegler pops it up on the left side, and this one's going to end up a souvenir. So we'll do it again at 0-2. Black Bears with a run in each of the last 2 innings. Picked up a run in the 3rd on a sacrifice fly by Callan Halverson. Then Aaron Parker brought in Sam Canton for the 2nd run for the Black Bears on a fielder's choice. The 0-2 misses high and away with the slider, as Ziegler's back in the count at 1-2. 2 pretty competitive ball games last night went down to the final strike. And the 6-5 loss for the Black Bears, their first loss at home. The 1-2 once again got him looking on the outside corner with the slider. And Ziegler has struck out for the 2nd time tonight, and there's one away. Last night, the Black Bears put up 4 runs over the last 2 innings. They ended up leaving the tying run at 3rd and the winning run at 2nd. And now tonight, another close ball game. 3-2 your score, bottom 5, 1 out and nobody on for Ethan Stacy. The LCC product, the native of Sydney, Australia. He digs in with 1 out, first pitch he sees. It's a front door breaking ball that misses high and in for ball number 1. Stacy hit by a pitch back in the 3rd after grounding out to Mason Lee at 2nd in the 1st. The sophomore, 8th game for him, did not play last night. Pitch. This is above the head. As now a good hitter's count here for the 2nd baseman. Hitting .215 on the year, 5 RBIs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. McGinnon on base at a good clip at .385, the 2-0 pitch. And he fights off a slider. Count goes to 2-1. I've seen that slider, especially against the lefties here from Sean Weiss here tonight. As Alex Brady starting to get warmed up in the left field bullpen for the Black Bears. Callan's trying to avoid their first series loss. The 2-1, Stacy shows bunt, pulls it back, but it's called a strike on the inside corner as the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sun's starting to sit, peeking out now from the clouds. On what was a pretty overcast day here in Longview. 2-2. Stacy able to get a piece of this one, sends it out to Devin Dixon, the shortstop. The throw will beat Stacy by half a step, and there's 2 outs. That ball was probably about 3 inches off of the ground. Stacy somehow got the barrel to it. He hit a warm burner over to the shortstop, Devin Dixon, as now there's 2 away for Brock Bozette. Only 7 hits combined, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Let's see what these bullpens have here tonight. Sean Weiss, the first out of the bullpen for Corvallis, has been good so far as the first pitch to Brock Bozette. He goes chasing at a split finger on the outside corner for strike number 1. Bozette, 0 for 1, a walk back in his first plate appearance, later struck out in the 3rd. The sophomore off to Gonzaga this fall. Second summer here in Cowlitz after hitting .263 last summer. The 0-1 called a strike on the inside corner with the slider. It's now 0-2. Weiss looking for a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 5th. Black Bears have put a base runner on in every inning so far. 2 outs and nobody on. Bozette's got to protect the pitch. Fastball, this one connected to right field. Right there is Logan Johnstone who makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 bottom of the 5th for the Black Bears. So we're through 5 here at Story Field. 3-2 Corvallis over Cowlitz. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball.
All right, Luke, so for this one, we have Calling.
Call the guard, that's weather guard.
Call the guard, that's weather guard.
When it rains cats in St. Bernard.
When it rains cats in St. Bernard.
We'll keep you dry in the rain or snow.
We'll keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200.
577-7200.
If you need a roof, don't look too hard.
If you need a roof, don't look too hard.
Just call the guard, that's weather guard.
Just call the guard, that's weather guard.
Just call the guard, that's weather guard. Weather guard!
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
3-2 Corvallis over Cowlitz. Going to the top of the 6th inning. And a new arm in for the Black Bears here this evening, making his 3rd appearance. The Longview native and former LCC Red Devil, Alex Brady, making his 3rd appearance on the year. 4 1/3 innings. Has only given up 1 hit over those 4 1/3. No runs with no walks to 7 strikeouts. Last time he threw was back on Saturday, and the Black Bears blowout victory of the Sweets. Went 2 1/3 and struck out 3, facing 8 batters. As Carson Engeroth completes his first start here in 2022 for Cowlitz after he went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts for the future Utah Tech product. As Alex Brady now will come in, he will face off against 5, 6, and 7 of this Corvallis lineup. Titus Dumitriou, Logan Johnstone, and Devin Dixon. Good one brewing as we start to get late here on Wednesday evening. 3-2 Corvallis after they put up 3 in the top half of the 1st. The Black Bears with a run in the 3rd and a run in the 4th. Brendan Riley here on Mixler.com and YouTube, as well as locally down in Corvallis as well. Thank you for joining me on your Wednesday evening for this game number 2 of 3 between 2 of the best teams early on in the West Coast League. The 5-time defending champion Corvallis Knights and the Cowlitz Black Bears off to a 7-3 start, their best start in franchise history. First pitch coming to Titus Dumitriou from Alex Brady is a fastball that's shot back to the screen for strike number 1. Dumitriou an RBI single to get the scoring started in the 1st, and later grounded out to Matthew Schwartz, the shortstop. 4 hits for Corvallis, 3 for the Black Bears. Brady's 0-1. Misses downstairs, counts even at a ball and a strike. Brady, the junior, the native of Longview, last through with LSU. Back in 2021, made 12 appearances, went 1-0 with a 9 ERA over 8 innings. 1-1. Hit off the end of the bat over towards the first base coach's box as it's quickly 1-2. Carson Engeroth sat down 12 out of the last 15 batters that he faced after he had to navigate some murky waters in that 1st and 2nd inning. The 1-2 from Brady. Changeup rolled over to the 3rd baseman, Bozette, who plays it on a backhand. They're on the run, is in time for out number 1. So Brock Bozette continues to be a steady hand over at 3rd, as there's 1 away now for Logan Johnstone.
Now batting right fielder number 11, Logan Johnstone.
So 1 out and nobody on. Corvallis looking to extend their 1-run lead, get some insurance for Sean Weiss. First pitch to Johnstone. This is down and away as he's ahead in the count 1-0. John Stone, the sophomore from Gonzaga. Teammates with the starter last night for Corvallis, Nathan DeShriver, as well as Sam Canton, the left fielder, the 1-0. Called a strike on the outer half. Counts even at a ball and a strike. Also be future teammates with Brock Bozette as well. Bozette heading to Gonzaga after being at Spokane Community College, the 1-1. Johnstone shows bunt, pulls it back. It's called a strike anyways. It's 1-2. Johnstone, a 2 RBI single back in the first to make it a 3-0 game, then later grounded out to John Olson, the first baseman. The 1-2. Fastball, and he's just able to get a piece of it as Parker can't hang on. We'll do it again at 1-2. First game behind the plate for Aaron Parker here this season after joining the team yesterday. 1-2 the count with 1 out. Southpaw ready. Pitch. Fastball right back to Brady, who gloves it. He'll take a few steps. Underhand toss to first is in time. As a nice job by Alex Brady, able to field the position. And there's 2 away. So Brady showing off the reaction time for the second out. As it's going to be Devin Dixon with 2 outs and nobody on. With the Black Bears trailing 3-2. Dixon digs in from the right side. First pitch that he sees. Misses down and away with the off-speed pitch. Brady pulling the string. A little too down low. As Dixon's ahead in the count 1-0. He's 0 for 2. Grounded out to end the first. Then struck out to lead off the fourth. The 1-0. This is downstairs once again. Good hitters count for Dixon. Off to be a New Mexico Lobo in the Mountain West Conference this fall after spending the past couple of seasons at Central Arizona, the native of Phoenix. At .248 for Central Arizona this past year, over 48 games. Comes the pitch. Misses again. Brady in danger of walking his first batter here in 2022. Dixon, a career .297 hitter at Central Arizona. He awaits the 3-0. Here it is. It's a good fastball that clips the outside corner. Count moves to 3 balls and a strike. 3 walks from Engeroth here today. Those all came over the first 2 innings. The 3-1 fastball. This one sent high in the air, shallow right center. Stacy, the second baseman, going back. He'll make the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 inning in relief for Alex Brady, as he keeps it a 1-run game as we go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-2, Corvallis over Cowlitz. We'll step aside. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball.
The winner of the Fiber Federal Baking Basket is...
The Cowlitz Black Bears are back and ready for you at Story Field. It's another summer of family-friendly fun. Plus, the Black Bears can host your birthday party, after-work get-together, or even your nonprofit can host a night and make extra money for your organization. Create a summer of great family memories with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Don't miss a single inning of Cowlitz Black Bears baseball with special events all summer long. See the schedule online, get tickets at the gate, or right now at cowlitzblackbears.com.
Hi, it's Jess and Bobby checking in from the Grown Man's Candy Store. I'm sure we can all agree that Mother Nature has been a little, unpredictable this year,
To say the least, but one thing you can predict is steel's power and reliability.
At Cowlitz River Rigging, we carry a wide variety of superior steel, gas, and battery-powered equipment to get all your jobs done.
Cowlitz River Rigging.
5th Industrial Way in Longview.
Depend on us.
3-2 your score going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Sean Weiss back out once again after a 1-2-3 bottom of the 5th against the top 3 of the order. You'll now deal with the heart of this Black Bears order. Callan Halverson, Alec Arnone, and Sam Canton, the 3 due up, with the Black Bears trailing 3-2 in game number 2 here in this first series between these two teams. In 2022, these two will do it at Goss Stadium coming up later on this season, as both starters are now out of this game after Alex Brady delivered a 1-2-3 top of the 6th. Callan Halverson to lead things off. here against Sean Weiss. The first pitch that Halverson sees is a fastball on the inner half at the knees, called for strike number 1. Halverson so far today 0 for 1 with the sacrifice fly that brought in the Black Bears' first run, the 0-1. He's swinging out a breaking ball now that they're shortened up, down 0-2. I have to think these are two of the more reliable arms coming out of the bullpen for both of these head coaches. And Weiss and Brady, the 0-2, cut on and miss for strike number 3. Second strikeout for Sean Weiss as Halverson's retired for out number 1. That one started well outside and darted in at the last second. Wasn't a strike until the last second as Halverson's retired on 3 pitches. That'll bring up Alec Arnone, the designated hitter tonight, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Now with 3 on the year. 1 for 4 last night, the pitch. Another breaking ball on the inside corner for strike number 1. Against these righties, Weiss really loves coming with that breaker. That looping curveball that the righties just can't seem to figure out here early on. 0-1 the count with 1 out. The pitch comes with the heater and misses high and in, brushing Arnone off the plate. The count's even at a ball and a strike. Corvallis, 3 runs on 4 hits and an error. The Black Bears, 2 runs on 3 hits and an error as well. 1-1. Misses downstairs as it looked like Weiss tried to pull the string. Count moves to 2 balls and a strike. Arnone with a hit in each of the first 7 games that he's played so far this year. 2-1. He's able to lay off the breaking ball as the count moves to 3-1 now. I have to think the green light will be on for Arnone. As the Black Bears chasing 1 as we start to get late here in game number 2 of this 3-game series. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball, and Arnone's right on it, but he fouls it back as it's a full count to the 5-hitter for Cowlitz. Sam Canton is on deck. The left fielder who's had a good day at the plate so far. Cowlitz trying to avoid their first series loss in 2022 as Corvallis looks to stay perfect and improve to 5-0. Payoff pitch. Fastball, this one sent high in the air to left field, going back Partman towards the track, looking up, and it's off the wall. It ricochets off the wall into left center. Arnone will pull into second with his 5th double on the year, and it's a runner in scoring position for Sam Canton. Arnone sent that ball for a ride. If he had that about maybe 5 or 10 feet to the left, that's a home run with the short wall by the looking into the bullpen for the Black Bears right around that 342 sign in left center, but it bangs off the wall, angles out towards left center. And Alec Arnone now with his 5th double on the year. He's in scoring position for Sam Canton, who's 2 for 2. First base runner allowed by Sean Weiss out of the bullpen. As now he'll deal with Sam Canton, the left fielder, with 1 out and a runner on second. That tying run standing on second for the Black Bears. Weiss's first pitch. Called a strike with the slider. It's 0-1. That one of those borderline calls there, could really go either way. And that time it goes in the favor of Sean Weiss. Can a pair of singles, one to right center and then one up the middle. Came in to score his last time up in the 4th. The 0-1. He fouls off the slider on the left side. And now to protect down 0-2. Sean Weiss filling up the strike zone as he faces now his 6th batter in relief. You relieve Jaden Harris back in the bottom of the 4th inning. Harris's final line, 3 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned 3 walks and 6 strikeouts for the Utah Ute. 0-2. Slider, and Can's able to spoil it once again. Can, the freshman, 5'11", 190 pounds from Port Orchard, Washington, has reached base in now 6 out of his first 7 games. The only game he did not reach was back on Sunday. He did pick up a sacrifice fly and an RBI. The 0-2 in the dirt. Nice block by Casperson, who's been a brick wall behind the plate tonight. As Can's back in the count at 1-2. The Black Bears trying to come from behind again this season. They've done it multiple times here this year and at Story Field as well. Came from behind in 2 of their 3 victories against Kamloops last week, the 1-2. A little too low from Weiss, counts even at 2-2. Only a 1-run game, still big moments here in these middle innings. Corvallis has not scored since the top of the first. The 2-2. Breaking ball. Canton gets under this one to center. Edvin Cula's there. He will make the catch. There'll be no tag from Arnone. As it's a fly out to center for Sam Cans, who's retired for the first time today. As now it'll turn to John Olson. Still with the runner on second with 2 outs.
The first baseman, number 47.
John Olson, after the red-hot start, a little bit of a cold spell now. As he's looking to turn it around here with a base knock and try to tie this one up. Alec Arnone out at second with Olson coming to the plate. 3-2 your score with the Knights in front over Cowlitz. Olson walked his last time up on a full count after striking out his first time up. First pitch from Weiss. A fastball hit sharply, a backhanded attempt by Scott, who knocks it down. He gathers himself to throw to first in time to retire the side. John Olson robbed by Spencer Scott. A hard hit ball there from the first baseman, but Scott did enough to knock it down and deliver a strike to first. So the Black Bears, they score no runs on 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1 runner left on base after the 1-out double by Alec Arnone. We're through 6 here at Story Field. The Knights still leading 3-2 over the Black Bears. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball.
Head down this way. And when I say go, you guys are going to race to me. Are you ready?
Here at Fiber Federal Credit Union, we're just like any other family. Sometimes you like getting together for a big old family shindig. Other times it would be really great if that family shindig could just be virtual. At Fiber Federal, we always love seeing you at any of our 16 locations, but don't feel like you need to see us face-to-face all the time. With online and mobile banking, mobile deposits, our nationwide network of ATMs, and 24/7 call center, you can visit us anytime, anywhere. And now, several locations feature ITMs with virtual representatives for basic transactions, like withdrawals, cash and check deposits, transfers, loan payments, and balance inquiries. That saves you time for more important things, like seeing your mother in person. She told us to say that. Fiber Federal Credit Union. We're kind of like a family, only we're a credit union. FiberCU.com. Member NCUA.
Already in the 7th here on Wednesday evening, the Knights hanging on to a 3-2 lead over the Black Bears. As Alex Brady back out for his second inning of work in relief. This game has been competitive from the jump. Corvallis with 3 runs in the top of the first inning against the starter tonight for the Black Bears, Carson Engeroth. And the Black Bears able to cut it to a 1-run lead after a sacrifice fly by Callan Halverson in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and then a fielder's choice brought in Sam Can off the bat of Aaron Parker, as it will be 8-9-1 coming up for Corvallis in this top of the 7th inning against Alex Brady.
Now batting, the catcher number 27, Kyle Casperson.
So Kyle Casperson set to lead things off. A lefty on righty matchup. The first pitch called a strike on the outside corner at the knees. It's 0-1 on the changeup from Alex Brady. Faced only 3 batters, a 1-2-3 top of the 6th inning against 5, 6, and 7 of this Knights lineup. The 0-1. This is down and away. Casperson thought about it, was able to lay off as the count's even at 1-1. Casperson 1 for 2, a single and a flyout. Has been a brick wall behind the plate here this evening. Brady's 1-1. Called a strike with the fastball outside. As it's now 1-2 to Casperson, the sophomore from Bushnell University. Played for the Highline Bears last summer here in the West Coast League. Hit .244. The 1-2 got him swinging with the changeup for strike number 3. Alex Brady pulls the string, and he has Casperson out in front for out number 1. And so that will bring up a pinch hitter as it will be Brady Lavoie. The NC State Wolfpack started last night, did not get the start here tonight, but he comes in for Kyle Parkman, who ends the day 0 for 2. As Lavoie now set to dig in from the right side. Second game for him for Corvallis after going 1 for 5 last night with a pair of strikeouts. The redshirt junior from Encinitas, California, was at Palomar College back in 2020. His father played at Arizona from 1990 to 1991 as he takes strike number 1 down and away. So with the lefty on the mound, makes sense for Brook Knight to bring in the righty Lavoie. With Parkman being a lefty, the 0-1 cut on and missed for strike number 2. Lavoie way out in front of it, as now he's going to have to shorten up and protect. Alex Brady continues to be one of the most reliable arms out of the bullpen here so far this season, the 0-2. Trying to get Lavoie to go chase him, he's able to lay off the high heater. As he's back in the count at 1-2. Lavoie, big kid, 6'3", 213. With the Pac-9 playing under Elliott Avent. 1-2 pitch. This is inside. It counts even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lavoie hit .222 for the Wolfpack this past season with a home run, a walk, and 3 strikeouts as their season came to an end in Charlotte, North Carolina. The 2-2, and he's able to spoil it over towards the third base dugout, and we'll do it again. Of course, he had Tommy White, who broke the freshman NCAA record in home runs. He broke Spencer Torkelson's record. Tommy White, Tommy Tanks in the transfer portal. 2-2. Changeup got him swinging for strike number 3. 2 batters and 2 strikeouts for Alex Brady in the top of the 7th, as that'll bring up the top of the order in Jonah Advincula. That changeup just drops off the plate at the last second against those right-handers. Brady doing a nice job being able to spot it. As Advincula will dig in, he's 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 flyouts to Sam Canton. The first pitch he sees is a breaking ball that misses down and away for ball number 1. How about that? Tommy Tanks leaving NC State, hitting the transfer portal. Interesting to see where he is, see where he ends up. The 1-0 pitch in the dirt. Count moves to 2-0. I'm sure that any head coach in college baseball wants to have a kid like that. Saw him get to play in the ACC championship, rather the ACC baseball championship against Miami back about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. 2-0 pitch. Runs high and in. Count moves to 3-0 now, and he took Miami's ace Carson Palmquist yard twice. Took one of their best arms out of the bullpen, Ronaldo Gallo yard, all going opposite field too. The 3-0 pitch. Get me over fastball called for strike number 1. But Tommy White, a great storyline in college baseball this past year. A shame that we did not get to see him play in the postseason. 3-1. This is high. First walk of the season issued by Alex Brady. And it's a 2-out walk, so now he's going to have to work around it. That's going to bring in Spencer Scott. So a nice at-bat by Advincula, who's on for the second time today. He's walked twice.
Now batting third baseman number 6.
As that brings in Spencer Scott with 2 outs and a runner over at first. 3-2 your score. Top 7 getting late in game number 2. The Black Bears need to get the bats going, try to scratch across a couple of runs to try to force the rubber game tomorrow. Brady with a quick step off. Both teams 4 hits on each side, as well as an error apiece as well. Brady working from the stretch, the first pitch. On the outside corner at the belt, it's 0-1 with the fastball. Scott's been on base twice here tonight. A walk in the second and a single in the 5th. After going 0 for 3 last night with a walk as well. 5th game for him. Pitch misses high and away. Counts even at a ball and a strike. Scott with 1 multi-hit game so far this season. Has a double and 4 RBIs. Also 4 for 4 on the base pass. 1-1 the count with 2 outs. Brady's pitch popped up and out of play. Over on the right side, and we go to 1-2. So Alex Brady trying to get around a 2-out walk, the first walk that he's allowed here this season. As he stares in at Parker. A good lead over at first for Abden Kuhle. Know he can run. Brady comes set. The 1-2. Got him swinging on the changeup in the dirt. Parker applies the tag, and the side is retired. How about that for Alex Brady? Strikes out 3 in the top half of the 7th as it's time to stretch here at Story Field. Corvallis still leading 3-2 over the Black Bears. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball.
I'm all about keeping my family driving safe. Dad, pothole.
Got it.
So I insist we choose Les Schwab tires for safety services like brakes, steering, and alignment. Stuff those cheap tire centers don't offer. Because I want a backseat drive with confidence. Dad, speed check.
Hit the road safely with Les Schwab and save up to $150 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
It's coyote season here at Cowlitz River Rigging. You might be asking yourself, what does that mean?
It means haying, cutting, mowing, moving, plowing, sowing, pushing, pulling, digging, ripping, tilling, towing season.
Coyote tractors are fuel efficient, rugged, and ready to work.
Stop in at the Grown Man's Candy Store and test drive a Coyote tractor today.
Cowlitz River Rigging.
5th Industrial Way in Longview.
Depend on us.
Call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
Call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
When it rains cats in St. Bernard.
When it rains cats in St. Bernard.
We'll keep you dry in the rain or snow.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200.
577-7200.
If you need a roof, don't look too hard.
If you need a roof, don't look too hard.
Just call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
Just call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
Just call the guard, that's Weather Guard. Weather Guard!
Right field, number 23, Brady Lamoy.
3-2 your score going to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Story Field as the Black Bears, they still trail. They haven't scored since that 4th inning as they now look to face off against the new arm from Lynn Benton. Chase Reynolds made 12 appearances for the NWAC champions after going 1-1 with 2 saves, 30 2/3 innings pitched with a 3.52 ERA, 12 walks to 25 strikeouts. As we can give you the final line on Sean Weiss in relief, 2 1/3, 1 hit, no runs, with no walks and 2 strikeouts. As he was great coming out of the bullpen. He is the pitcher in line for the win unless the Black Bears and Aaron Parker have something to say about that. First pitch from Reynolds. He swings. For this one sent high in the air to left field. Parkman back at the track, looking up. He leaps, and did he make the catch? He did! Kyle Parkman goes over the short wall in left field and robs a home run from Aaron Parker and keeps it a 1-run game in the bottom of the 7th. My goodness, what a catch.
And on we go.
Parkman going over the wall, tumbling over, landing on his back, and being able to hang on as Aaron Parker robbed of a game-tying home run. And it stays a 1-run game in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Matthew Schwartz.
What a catch. Matthew Schwartz with 1 out. He takes a fastball down and away for ball number 1. Parkman, who didn't play last night, he makes a ridiculous catch. It's the pitch. This one hit sharply right at the third baseman, Spencer Scott, for out number 2. So a line out for Matthew Schwartz. And now there's 2 away. So I'll bring up Ben Ziegler with 2 outs in this bottom half of the 7th inning. Ziegler on the day so far, he's 1 for 3, a pair of strikeouts and a single for the Yavapai College product. First pitch, he's swinging. And he fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. So 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. 3-2 your score here between Cowlitz and Corvallis. Black Bears looking to avoid their first series losses, the 0-1. This is down and in, counts even at a ball and a strike. Ziegler a single back in the third. Trying to get on base and extend this bottom of the seventh. The pitch runs down and away as Ziegler's back ahead in the count. 2-1. Now 9 strikeouts on the year for Ziegler. Back in that leadoff spot after hitting in the 9-hole last night. Here comes the 2-1. It misses in the dirt once again. 3-1 the count now. A good hitter's count for Ben Ziegler. The Black Bears so close to tying this one up, but what a catch in left. Here comes the 3-1. Hit off the end of the bat to the second baseman, Mason Lee. He gloves it, tosses it to first, and it's a 1-2-3 bottom of the seventh inning for the new pitcher in relief, Chase Reynolds. We head to the 8th here at Story Field. Still 3-2 in favor of Corvallis. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball.
It is now the last call for alcohol and beer at the concession.
The Cowlitz Black Bears are back and ready for you at Story Field. It's another summer of family-friendly fun. Plus, the Black Bears can host your birthday party, after-work get-together, or even your nonprofit can host a night and make extra money for your organization. Create a summer of great family memories with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Don't miss a single inning of Cowlitz Black Bears baseball with special events all summer long. See the schedule online, get tickets at the gate, or right now at cowlitzblackbears.com.
Hi, it's Jess and Bobby checking in from the Grown Man's Candy Store. I'm sure we can all agree that Mother Nature has been a little, unpredictable this year,
To say the least, but one thing you can predict is steel's power and reliability.
At Cowlitz River Rigging, we carry a wide variety of superior steel, gas, and battery-powered equipment to get all your jobs done.
Cowlitz River Rigging.
The Industrial Way in Longview.
Depend on us.
3-2, still your score here in the top half of the 8th inning. As Alex Brady back out for his 3rd inning in relief. Since that first inning, zeros on the board over the next 6 innings for this Corvallis Knights team, As now Brady, who has come in, thrown 2 innings, has only allowed 1 base runner. He has been great in relief, as he will now deal with 3, 4, and 5 with the man leading off in the first to greet him, Kiko Romero. Brady with 3 strikeouts so far here tonight. The first pitch from the southpaw. Fastball, this one sent high in the air to right field. I had the distance, but it's going to hook foul for strike number 1. That one banged off the facade of the gym here at LCC. That ball was absolutely mashed. It's a pretty big feat to hit a ball that far. And it hits off the glass siding right at the gym here at Lower Columbia College. The 0-1. This is down and in. Counts even at a ball and a strike. Romero, he has that power. 25 home runs this past year for Central Arizona. Was a career .346 hitter over 3 years. As the 1-1 hit sharply, and it's under the glove of the first baseman Olson and into right field. Rounding first and heading for second is Romero. Here comes a throw from Halverson, and it's just late. A strong throw by the right fielder, Halverson. We're going to have to see how they score this. Olson was right there. He just didn't get the glove on the dirt. And so it's a runner in scoring position to lead things off. They are going to call it an error on Olson, so it's going to be the second error of this game by the Black Bears. And that's going to bring out Alan Embry. And it looks like that might be it for Alex Brady. He was able to get a ground ball. Olson not able to field it. And it looks like he's going to take the ball from Alex Brady, and that's going to be it. So with a runner on second and nobody out in the top of the 8th inning in a 1-run game in favor of Corvallis, the Black Bears are going to head to the bullpen. We'll step aside and be right back. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball.
They can get a good time at a cheap price.
Your Cowlitz Black Bears are back at Story Field this summer. Get out and join your neighbors for family-friendly fun. A Black Bears baseball game is a perfect reason to meet with friends and coworkers. Black Bears baseball is made possible by Peace Health, Fiber Federal Credit Union, Pacific Tech Construction, Bob's Sporting Goods, McDonald's in Longview and Woodland, and the Bud Clary Auto Group. Don't miss a single inning of Black Bears baseball. Tickets at the gate or right now at CowlitzBlackBears.com.
It's baseball season, and Peace Health is excited to return as a sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears as they vie for the Western League Championship. Black Bears games make a great family event. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark for fresh air, sunshine, fun, friends, and all the thrills of Black Bears baseball. As the largest health provider in Cowlitz County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty or emergency care. Peace Health and the Cowlitz Black Bears, two great teams.
So no outs, top of the 8th inning, 3-2 in favor of Corvallis as new arm into the game will be Skylar Manelski, now making his 7th appearance on the year for the Sidewinder, a 7.10 ERA over 6 1/3, in which he has allowed 8 hits, 5 strikeouts to 2 walks for the Linfield College product and the Shoreline Washington native. Give you the partial line on Alex Brady, 2+ innings, no hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. So that will actually be, for the most part, his final line is a runner on second. And Kiko Romero, he will not pick up an earned run if he comes in to score after the error by John Olson, the first baseman, here on the first at-bat of this top of the 8th inning, as that will bring in the second baseman, Mason Lee, to face off the first to greet the Sidewinder, Skylar Manelski. No outs, a runner on second in the top of the 8th inning. And a 1-run game here in the what has been a very competitive series here early on. First pitch from Manelski, showing Bunnins Lee. He gets it down. Manelski comes off the mound. He bobbles it, and there's going to be no play. Romero takes third, and they're going to call that an error on Manelski. So some small ball working out there for Brooke Knight and company, as that puts runners on the corners for Titus Dumitriou.
First baseman, number 15.
So 2 errors in a row have put 2 runners on in the top of the 8th inning for Corvallis. The Black Bears now with 3 here tonight after having 2 last night. 1-run game, 3-2. The corners are in for the Black Bears with the middle infield playing back. First pitch, fastball, a high chopper right in front of home plate. Coming in is Manelski. He's going to have no play as the run will score, and the throw to first is in time. Virtually the same as a safety squeeze as Romero comes in to score. Lee advances to second on the 1-3 putout that picks up Dimitriou's second RBI of the game. And it's 4-2 now as Corvallis scores for the first time since the top of the first inning, as that's going to bring in Logan Johnstone. Johnstone on the day, he's 1 for 3 with a pair of RBIs. Those came back in the top of the first. First pitch from the Sidewinder is lace foul over towards the Black Bears dugout. It's 0-1. Johnstone a single, and then a pair of groundouts, one to John Olson, and then one to Alex Brady on a comebacker that the southpaw made a pretty nice play. I'm going to give you the final line on Alex Brady. Spinelski's 0-1. On the outside corner, calling for strike number 2. 2+ innings, no hits, 1 run that was unearned, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts for the lefty from Longview. Manelski has Johnstone 0-2. Manelski comes set. Here's the pitch. This is high and away as Johnstone's back in the count at a ball and 2 strikes. Game number 3 tomorrow, set for 6:35 back here at Story Field. The Black Bears with some work to do. 6 outs left to play with, trailing by 2. The 1-2. Good spot. Doesn't get the call from Vinny Mariani, the home plate umpire. That looked like a pretty good pitch from here. But the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mason Lee aboard at second with 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. The Black Bears trying to force a rubber game tomorrow. and avoid losing their first series this season. The 2-2. A tapper over to the shortstop, Schwartz. He'll glove it. A strong throw to first will beat the runner, Johnstone, by a step. But advancing on the read as Mason Lee to third, so another run standing 90 feet away for the Knights in the top half of the 8th inning. So 2 errors to on the first 2 batters in this top of the 8th inning. Run's already coming to score. Lee now standing 90 feet away as Devin Dixon, the shortstop, digs in 0 for 3 on the night so far. First pitch from Manelski. Jam shot right to the third baseman, Bozette. He has it. Will toss it to first, and the side is retired. So a nice shot by Skylar Manelski, being able to limit the damage here in the top of the 8th inning. As Corvallis, they score 1 run on no hits, 2 errors. They leave 1 runner left on base. Head to the bottom of the 8th. Black Bears 6 outs left to play with, trailing 4-2. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball.
It's coyote season here at Cowlitz River Rigging. You might be asking yourself, what does that mean?
It means haying, cutting, mowing, moving, plowing, sowing, pushing, pulling, digging, ripping, tilling, towing season.
Coyote tractors are fuel efficient, rugged, and ready to work.
Stop in at the Grown Man's Candy Store and test drive a Coyote tractor today.
Cowlitz River Rigging.
40 Industrial Way in Longview.
Depend on us.
Call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
Call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
When it rains cats in St. Bernard.
When it rains cats in St. Bernard.
We'll keep you dry in the rain or snow.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200.
577-7200.
If you need a roof, don't look too hard.
If you need a roof, don't look too hard.
Just call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
Just call the guard, that's Weather Guard.
Just call the guard, that's Weather Guard. Weather Guard!
Cowlitz trailing 4-2. Bottom of the 8th, 6 outs left to play with before their first series loss of the year. Corvallis trying to go to 5-0. Here's Ethan Stacy, the first to dig in this bottom of the 8th inning against Chase Reynolds. The first pitch runs down and in and almost clips him as Stacy ahead in the count 1-0. Corvallis able to tack on an insurance run in the top of the 8th after 2 errors to lead off the inning. As the pitch, Stacy rolls this over to the first baseman, Dumitriu, taking himself to the bag for out number 1. So Ethan Stacy now 0 for 3 on the night. Defensive changes, Logan Johnstone now in left, Brady Lavoie in right. The 2 changes for Brooke Knight defensively as Brock Bozette now be his turn with 1 out and nobody on. A walk in his first plate appearance, followed by a strikeout and a flyout for the future Gonzaga Bulldog. First pitch is called a strike on the slider on the outer half. Count moves to 0-1. Tomorrow, Teacher Appreciation Night here at Story Field. The 0-1. Bozette shows bunt, gets it down up the third base line, but foul as the count moves quickly to 0-2. Chase Reynolds from Lynn Benton, a 1-2-3, bottom half of the 7th inning. The Black Bears not able to get anything going against the 2 relievers here tonight for Corvallis. Sean Weiss, 2 1/3, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. So Bozette has to protect. Here comes the 0-2. This is downstairs with the off-speed pitch as count moves to 1-2. Bozette has made a couple of nice plays over at third here this evening. Made the final out in the top of the 8th. The pitch, a number right back to the pitcher, and Reynolds, he gloves it, will take it himself, toss it over to first for out number 2. So 2 quick outs, and now it'll be Callan Halverson with 2 away.
Now batting.
Last night, a 6-5 final. The 2 teams combining for 11 runs and 17 hits. Tonight, these 2 teams combining for 6 runs and 8 hits. Here's Callan Halverson with 2 outs and nobody on. The first pitch, he swings at a changeup outside for strike number 1. Halverson 0 for 2. That hit streak in jeopardy as a hit in each of his first 10 games. A ground out, a sacrifice fly, and a strikeout. Pitch. This is in the dirt. Counts even at a ball and a strike. Halverson, the native of Guthrie, Oklahoma. Now 8 for his last 20 over his last 5 at the dish. The 1-1. Breaking ball, tap foul over towards the third base dugout. As Halverson now will have to shorten up the swing. Down 1-2 as Chase Reynolds looks for 6 up and 6 down in relief. The righty stares in. Here comes this 1-2. Breaking ball, Halverson, little jam shot into shallow left. On the run is Johnstone, and he's going to make the catch for out number 3. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Chase Reynolds in relief as we head to the 9th here at Story Field. Corvallis leading 4-2 over the Black Bears. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball.
And we'd like to thank one of our sponsors at this time, Cascade Natural Gas.
Hi, it's Jess and Bobby checking in from the Grown Man's Candy Store. I'm sure we can all agree that Mother Nature has been a little, unpredictable this year,
To say the least, but one thing you can predict is steel's power and reliability.
At Cowlitz River Rigging, we carry a wide variety of superior steel, gas, and battery-powered equipment to get all your jobs done.
Cowlitz River Rigging.
1540 Industrial.
Depend on us.
Private leak. Why do I have a drip in my office and water on my desk?
Because the roof is bad. I tried to fix it myself, sir.
Didn't I tell you to call the guard?
The guard?
Yes, Private, the guard. Weather Guard.
Oh, yeah. They'll keep you dry in the rain or snow. 577-7200.
They're our first defense against the weather. Now, call Weather Guard.
Sir, yes, sir.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200.
Weather Guard.
Ninth inning at Story Field. 4-2 your score in favor of the Corvallis Knights as Cowlitz is down to their final 3 outs here this evening. Skylar Manelski back out for another inning of work. He'll deal with 8, 9, and 1. It'll be Kyle Casperson to lead things off for the Knights in the top of the 9th inning against Manelski. As he comes set, the sidewinder ready. It's the first pitch. He comes with that fastball, that sinker that dots back in as the count moves to 0-1 to Casperson, the catcher here this evening for Corvallis. He's 1 for 3, a single, a fly out, and a strikeout in that 8 spot tonight for Brooke Knight, the 0-1. He chases the sinker once again as the count goes to 0-2. Casperson, the sophomore from Bushnell University, 4th game for him. Did not play last night after going 2 for 7 in the series against Yakima Valley back from June 3rd to the 5th. The 0-2 got him swinging as he runs the sinker high and in for out number 1 in the top of the 9th inning.
Your attention, please. A defensive substitution. Now at first base, number 25.
A defensive substitution for the Black Bears here in this 9th inning. Case Ogata comes in for John Olson.
And now batting number 23, Brady.
As Brady Lavoie now set to dig in with 1 out and nobody on. 4-2 Knights over the Black Bears. Here in game number 2 of this 3-game set. First pitch to Lavoie. Swung on and missed for strike number 1. That sinker running down and in. So Ogata now comes into the game after Olson departs. Has been the starting first baseman in each of the last now 11 games for the Black Bears, the 0-1. Dots the outside corner once again. Manelski doing a nice job going inside, then going outside. As now he's up 0-2 on Lavoie, who struck out back in the 7th. He's going to have to protect NC State Wolfpack product. Manelski set. The pitch. Runs inside and hits him square in the back. That one getting away from Manelski as it gets Lavoie directly in between the numbers. As they'll bring up the top of the order with a runner on at first. As now Brooke Knight will come down to talk to home plate umpire Vinny Mariani. As it looks like we're going to have a pinch runner, and it looks like it's going to be Ethan Lovelace.
And now pinch running at first base, number 16.
So a big insurance run now on for the Knights As Ethan Lovelace, who got the start last night, will now be the pinch runner over at first.
Bat boy Walker Johnson.
As now Brady Corrigan, the pitching coach for the Black Bears, will come out to talk to Manelski. Struck out Kyle Casperson, a first batter in the top of the ninth. Then it was up 0-2. Sinker got away from the sidewinder. It is now Lovelace, the pinch runner over at first. He's 3 for 3 on stolen bases so far this year for the junior from the University of Portland. Just trying to get a little speed on the base pass as the top of the order is coming up for the Knights. Cowlitz looking to snap this 2-game losing streak. Corvallis looking to go to 5-0 in the South Division. Top 2 teams in the South Division of the West Coast League. Battling it out here in the 4th series this year for the Black Bears. So 1 out. And a runner on first for the top of the order. It'll be Jonah Advincula, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of walks. Digs in from the left side. Manelski set the first pitch. Fastball brushed him off the plate for ball number 1. We'll have to see if Lovelace will go in motion. Big insurance run standing over at first base. 4-2 your score, top 9 here at Story Field. Manelski set at the chest, the 1-0. A good sinker that darts back in off the inside corner, backing up Advincula as the count's even at 1-1. Advincula, pretty good series so far, getting on base twice here tonight. After going 2 for 5 last night, the pitch, he fouls it back to the screen. It's 1-2. D3 baseball, All-West Region first team for Advincula after this past season at the University of the Redlands. Hit .430 over 39 games with 38 RBIs. Also a demon on the base pass, 28 for 31. The 1-2. A chopper over to the third baseman. Bozette charging in. Goes to second for 1. No relay on the first as Bozette's able to cut down the lead runner. And so Advincula will be aboard as Lovelace is cut down. And so it'll be a runner on first now with 2 away. A quick decision by Bozette over at third. With the way that ball was hit, I thought his only play was going to be first. Was able to snap the throw. Ethan Stacy covering the bag at second as that brings in Spencer Scott. He's been on base twice today. Quick look over at first as Advincula diving back in. Advincula, 28 for 31 on stolen bases this past season. He's one of the fastest players of the league, has a good lead over at first. Manelski comes set the first pitch. Called a strike on the outside corner. Scott's flown out, walked, singled, and struck out here tonight. Struck out to end this 7th. Against Alex Brady, the first arm in relief for the Black Bears here this evening. The 0-1, there goes the runner, cut on and missed. The throw down to second is in time.
And they got him.
What a shoot by Aaron Parker as he cuts down Jonah Advincula to end things in the top half of the 9th inning. One last chance for Cowlitz as they're trying to look to come back for the second time this season in the 9th here at Story Field. 4-2, Corvallis over Cowlitz. You're listening to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball.
I'm all about keeping my family driving safe. Dad, pothole.
Got it.
So I insist we choose Les Schwab tires for safety services like brakes, steering, and alignment. Stuff those cheap tire centers don't offer. Because I want a backseat drive with confidence. Dad, speed check.
Hit the road safely with Les Schwab and save up to $150 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
It's coyote season here at Cowlitz River Rigging. You might be asking yourself, what does that mean?
It means haying, cutting, mowing, moving, plowing, sowing, pushing, pulling, digging, ripping, tilling, towing season.
Coyote tractors are fuel efficient, rugged, and ready to work.
Stop in at the Grown Man's Candy Store and test drive a Coyote tractor today.
Cowlitz River rigging.
Fifth Industrial Way in Longview.
Depend on us.
One last chance for the Black Bears here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Alec Arnone, the first to greet Chase Reynolds, back out trying to close this one down. First pitch to Arnone, misses outside for ball number 1. 4-2 your score as the Black Bears have 5, 6, and 7 coming up. Alec Arnone, Sam Canton, and Case Ogata came in as a defensive replacement last inning. The 1-0 on the outside corner counts even at 1-1. Reynolds trying to complete the save. It's the 1-1. Fastball ripped down the left field line, but foul. As the count goes to 1-2 to Arnone, who doubled his last time up. Picked up his 5th double on the year. Ethan Lovelace now in right field here in this 9th inning, as well as Tyler Quinn coming in behind the plate. The 1-2 runs inside, and Arnone spins out of it. And we'll do it at 2-2. So 2-2 the count with no outs. Black Bears need 2. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. This one sent high in the air to straightaway left. Coming in is Johnstone. He'll make the catch for out number 1, and the Black Bears are down to their final 2 outs. So now it's Sam Canton's turn.
All right, fans, the Black Bears need you. Make some
After the
noise
fly out by Alec Arnone.
Sam Kenton.
Canton has had a good day. He's 2 for 3. The first pitch from Reynolds. A fastball taken on the inside corner for strike number 1. Canton with a pair of base hits came in to score the Black Bears' second run of this game back in that 4th. Reynolds stares in. Pitch number 25 is a breaking ball that misses down and in. Counts even at a ball and a strike. The Black Bears and Knights combining for 8 hits, 4 on each side. But the Black Bears 3 errors here tonight. The 1-1 misses high and away. Count moves to 2-1. The Black Bears now with 11 errors in their last 5 games. A big insurance run came in to score on a pair of errors in the top of the 8th. The 2-1. Fastball lace right to the shortstop, Dixon, who makes the catch on the line. Another example of Sam Canton hitting a ball right on the screws, but right at someone. As unlucky there for the Gonzaga Bulldog, and the Black Bears are down to their final out.
The first baseman, number 25. Let's hear
So the last chance is Case Ogata. 2 outs with the Knights leading 4-2 over the Black Bears. Does Cowlitz have a little magic left in him? Righty on righty matchup, the first pitch. Breaking ball misses high and in for ball number 1. Ogata comes in for John Olson, who ends the day 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. The 1-0 pitch from Reynolds. Fastball just a little down and in. Ogata now ahead in the count, 2-0. Ogata on the year so far, .250 average with 3 RBIs that came back on opening night against Springfield. The 2-0. Called a strike at the knees, 2-1 now the count. Ogata, the Eagle, Idaho native, out of Clark College, the Penguins, 6'1", 230. He awaits the 2-1, here it is. Goes chasing out a breaking ball. The Black Bears are down to their final strike this evening. Corvallis looking to finish off the series victory. The Black Bears just trying to extend this game here to avoid their first series loss in 2022. 2-2 the counts with 2 outs, 4-2 your score. The pitch from Reynolds. Breaking ball ripped down the third base line, but just foul. And so we'll do it again. Corvallis looking to go to 5-0. The Black Bears trying to avoid dropping their 3rd straight. Two top teams in the South Division of the West Coast League battling it out here at Story Field. Just a week and a half into the season. Reynolds, the right-hander, working from the windup. His 2-2. Fastball, a number right back to him. He gloves it. Take a few steps, toss it to first, and that will do it. The Corvallis Knights come into Story Field, and they take the first two games of this three-game set, taking the series here this week with a 4-2 victory over the Cowlitz Black Bears. A low-scoring affair. And one that the Black Bears just cannot piece together multiple hits in an inning. And what was a quick one here tonight at Story Field. These two games have been tightly contested. And the Black Bears have just ended up on the wrong side of each of them. Tonight, Corvallis put up 3 runs in the top of the first inning. That's all they would need after the Black Bears responded with 1 run in the third and 1 run in the fourth. And then Corvallis an insurance run in the top of the 8th inning after Kiko Romero reached on an error. He came in to score. Mason Lee also reached on an error as well. And Titus Dumitriou, who had a pair of RBIs here tonight, to go along with Logan Johnstone, is right behind him, who had a 2 RBI single in the first. That's all Corvallis would need here tonight. Corvallis 4 runs on 4 hits and an error. Cowlitz 2 runs on 4 hits and 3 errors. The win goes to Sean Weiss. The loss to Carson Ingeroth, who threw well here in his first start for the Black Bears in 2022, going 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, only 1 earned, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And the save goes to Chase Reynolds, who threw the final 3 innings in relief here this evening, a game that took 2 hours and 24 minutes here at Story Field on Wednesday evening. Corvallis improves to 5-0. Cowlitz drops to 7-4. They've now lost 3 in a row, are now 3-2 here at Story Field. As the Black Bears and the Knights will do it one more time tomorrow for game number 3. The Black Bears now just looking to salvage a win here in this series against the Corvallis Knights. After last season, Corvallis took 2 or 3 against the Black Bears in their only series between these two teams. But now the Black Bears back to work tomorrow, trying to take a game here against the Corvallis Knights before they go to play against the Richfield Raptors this coming weekend at the Rourke. So the Black Bears, they dropped their first series in 2022 with a 4-2 loss today against the Corvallis Knights. But 2 tightly contested games, 2 pretty good games as well. And we're getting ready to do it tomorrow for game number 3, 6:35 first pitch coming up here from Story Field. That'll just about do it for me, Brendan Riley, here tonight on your Wednesday evening. Thank you for joining me all night long. For my man working behind the scenes, Brody, on the YouTube side of things, big thanks to him for helping me out. But the Black Bears tomorrow, 6:35, game number 3 coming up as they look to salvage a game here against the Corvallis Knights. Your final score once again, 4-2 Corvallis over Cowlitz. Talk to you tomorrow at 6:35 for game number 3. You've been listening to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball.